I'm gonna have to learn all this mess.
Pretty sure they can hear you too. Now, I'm gonna test something here. I'm gonna check YouTube
Mm.
and see. Okay, so nothing showed up there, so we're good here on
Mm-hmm.
this. So then, let me say something here. Test. Oh, Brandon Zilla said something. Okay, alright. So let's see. So that said something. You guys want to check my YouTube channel and see if anything showed up? Because there's
Yeah, I'll
people.
look.
It looks like there's people in the chat right now. They're saying stuff.
Oh yes,
Oh,
we're good.
interesting.
Can you see me though? Like, is the stream actually like on YouTube?
Yeah, I see you.
Oh. Alright, so can you hear yourself though? That's what we gotta figure out.
Let me see.
Here, I'll mute the call and then Matt, you can talk.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, cool. Alright. Sweet. Making sure we're going everything here. What's up, everybody? It's so weird right now.
Oh, yeah, I can hear myself. Great.
We are good.
So as long as everybody can hear everybody and where I'm talking to, like, we're all good then. I think there's one more thing I have to do on this though. Upcoming. So that's scheduled. So don't mind me if I'm looking out to the side. So this is weird. Weird for me, everybody. So everybody that's in the chat right now, I'm trying to go through this. I'm trying to make sure everything's going good. So that you can call this a unprepared stream because that's exactly what this is.
Those are the best streams.
No, yeah, for sure. So somebody said we can hear everything. There we go. We can hear you. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. You guys can hear me. Awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna check something. Whoops. Alright, let's check something real quick. Just gonna go there. Yeah, so okay, we are live. Alright, cool. So I think we're all good now. So okay. Let me see if I can pull up an image for you guys so you guys don't have to stare at me the whole time. Let's see. We're gonna mess around a little bit here, okay? So you're gonna start seeing some weird things going on. Actually, we could just do this. We can do that. Have them like that. Oh man, this is weird. Oh, there we go. I think. Alright, cool. Now we kinda got it. No, we didn't. We did that backwards. There we go. Cool. Finally. Alright. So, we got this image here. I know you guys can't see it up there who I'm talking to right now. Matthew and Joseph, you guys can't see this right now, but I have a photo of our wonderful new villain here on the screen, so just pretend that you can see him, I guess.
He's gorgeous.
So I guess just look at the image that I just sent in the chat, and then... So yeah, okay, so we were just talking about this, Matthew and Joseph. So somebody said that the orangutan is King Caesar.
I've been seeing that everywhere too. I don't see where people are getting this from.
I don't see how people are saying it's Space Godzilla.
So yeah, okay, so... Alright, so first of all, with that King Caesar thing, that is... Yeah, that's a weird a weird theory. I mean, because obviously I don't think King Caesar really looks like this. And I think it would be really, really clear if that's what MonsterVerse and like Legendary's intentions were, that this was King Caesar. Because I mean, look at it, guys. It doesn't. Does it look like King Caesar? No, it doesn't. What's up, Godzilla 65? So, what do you guys think about that, Matthew and Joseph?
Man, you want to go first?
Oh, you go. You go.
Well, for me, I think it's just an all-new original villain. You know, I'm all for it. You know, new monsters. I would also like some Hollywood versions of classic Toho monsters, but for now, I guess this is what I like. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see what it actually is. If they're gonna tease its reveal anytime soon.
I hope it's crazy. I really hope this is some rogue species that's separate from Kong.
Mm.
I hope this is some crazy Godzilla killing expert. You know, he knows how to take care of Kong and Godzilla. He has the weapons, the knowledge, the powers. We see his eyes glowing. This guy is going to be something else. I'm actually pretty excited to see more about him.
What's funny is still, sorry to interrupt, Matthew. Still Fox, like we all agree here. All these theories are trash. I can't believe people think it's Space G, Destroyer, King Caesar. I agree. I mean, Matthew,
Beautiful.
you guys.
What about
agree as well.
Mechanic Kong?
Yeah, Mechanic.
Mecha Godzilla
No,
in
yeah,
some monster skin.
That's actually the one I've heard. I think the most, that it's Mechagodzilla disguised, which is ridiculous. I mean, this brings us back to the theories when the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer came out. A lot of people speculated that Godzilla that was shown in the trailer was Mechagodzilla. The whole time.
Because of the scars?
Because of the scars, because of the electricity, when he like smashed onto the boat and stuff, he was crawling on the boat, on the carrier, the aircraft carrier. And dude, it just brings us back to that like vibe, you know. A lot of people are talking about this new villain, and a lot of people are saying that it's Mechagodzilla, destroy a space Godzilla even, disguised. This guy can change form. And you know, it's crazy, guys. I mean, Matthew, Joseph, you guys probably have a lot more to say about it than I do. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about that topic there.
I think the only theory that makes sense, I still don't believe it though. People are saying it's our gargantuan, but obviously I don't think that's the case. This is definitely a completely new creation here.
I'm gonna just trust KDM's source for a bit and just believe that it's a new orangutan monster. Because his Twitter is loaded with all of that orangutan pictures and whatnot, so why not?
Of KDM, I see someone in chat said if he's able to speak English, and that's the big running theory right now, is that this guy can actually speak. And I believe it. I would not be surprised if he actually could speak.
I saw that too last night. That's the video we were talking about earlier. There was a video out there posted by somebody. He like changed the audio and changed the speed in the teaser for Godzilla X Kong, and apparently there's something that this orangutan villain is saying in the teaser, but we can't hear it because of the music that's being put in the trailer.
I'll try and see if I could find it.
Yeah, I'll try and pull it up here, hopefully. But yeah, I think a lot of people also are speculating that if this monster or new villain can speak. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I mean, it would be cool, but like I think that would just kind of like throw off the whole, like, I don't know. For me, it just throw off the whole MonsterVerse, like, I don't know, world. I don't know. It just, something like of that size speaking is like something really like out of like a Shrek movie. I don't know.
No, I get it. It kind of gives me Planet of the Apes vibe almost, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I believe that. I mean, that's the vibe I got completely when I first saw this guy sitting on his throne. But I don't know, something, if this guy is like theory, you know, to be bigger than Godzilla, I don't know how I feel about him speaking then, because I don't know. That would just throw it off for me.
I found the link.
Oh,
Speaking of his throne, here's the next big question: Where is he?
I'd be assuming it's Hollow Earth unless this is some other new location that we never, learned in the other movies.
Jzilla 2004, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's what I think he's in the Hollow Earth. I believe there's one, because in Godzilla vs. Kong, we get a brief, idea of what the Hollow Earth really looks like and what it's, all about. But I feel like there's a lot of, space in the Hollow Earth that we haven't, explored in the movie at all. And Kong's throne was probably, the first throne that, there's a lot of thrones, I feel like, in the Hollow Earth, and this is one of them, as we get to see in the teaser. Which is, I think, will be insane. Somebody said someone sped up the trailer, and apparently he says hunger.
Mm-hmm.
He hungers for war, bloodthirst.
He's hungry for.
One of the. Sorry, go ahead.
He's hungry for Godzilla.
In KDM's tweet, in one of the replies, he said something. Someone replied saying that it sounds like humans chanting / praying to their god.
Oh.
And KDM replied with a bullseye.
You know what?
Dang.
That would be cool. What? Okay, crazy theory. Hear me out.
All about it.
Okay, so obviously this guy's in the Hollow Earth, right? He's been here for we're gonna assume decades.
Yeah.
Now, what if there are humans that have evolved to adapt in the Hollow Earth?
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, because if that is something that is possible, I think we wouldn't really have I feel like we wouldn't have to go to that direction of a Godzilla BC movie, showing people that worship the Titans. So I feel like if we get it in this movie, we won't have to go back in the past and stuff like that to see the humans that worshipped these Titans. But what do you think about that? I don't know, Joseph, if you want to say anything about that as well.
I got nothing to say. I'm just in it for the ride. I'm just looking through his Twitter right now. There's a lot of brined up photos.
Yeah, I was looking as well through KDM, and I'm seeing that in the comics and the novel, they spoke about a Kong-like species that went rogue, who broke code, who broke honor. Now, I didn't dig too deep into it. I wonder if this is the guy. Probably not, because it's already said that he's not a Kong. But it would be interesting.
I still believe that, I don't know, because, there's, obviously this is, an orangutan monster, what it looks like, but at the same time, it could be an ancestor of Kong, that, because we've talked about this, Matthew, it could be this orangutan monster could be, a survivor from the Godzilla and Kong war. That's why, especially with those skulls, at the end of this teaser, Godzilla's skull and Kong's skull, it kind of revealed that it looks like this monster is going to be, he has hatred for Godzilla, and it looks like he might have hatred for Kong as well, since Kong, is probably most likely going to side up with Godzilla in this movie. So as a Kong ancestor, this guy is going to be pissed seeing one of his so-called, family members siding with the enemy. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
So this guy is definitely going to have a hatred for Godzilla and Kong in the movie, I feel like, at some point. Let's see, Mr. Goji. If he's able to speak English, it would make sense, but he's a primate, which should not be. Yeah, that's what...
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, I'm just reading a comment here.
On Twitter, KDM's Twitter, he's replying to a comment about the Titans speaking. He just said nah. So I guess they don't talk.
Okay, good. Because, it's fun to theorize, but I'm just glad that theory was kind of shut down. I trust this guy. KDM, I trust him because, I've heard that he's come through for us in the past, and everything he's said has been, true. And everything that he's been saying about this movie so far, it seems it would go in the direction that he's talking about, so.
Yeah.
Didn't Godzilla speak when he was injured? I remember when Mothra... Yeah, that's just... when Mothra sacrificed herself for Godzilla, you know, Godzilla kind of just roared, and I'm guessing a lot of people speculated that was him saying Mothra, and I believe it. But as long as he kind of says it in his own form, you know, his like Godzilla language, then I'm all, you know, I'm okay with that. As long as he doesn't say the words Mothra, I'm good.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, Godzilla speaks, but in his own language. You know, he says stuff, but just in his own language. It's just weird. It's kind of hard to explain.
I get it. His way of calling out to her, mourning.
Yeah. You know, even when I first saw the movie Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla, you know, Mothra got killed by King Ghidorah, and Godzilla kind of lifted his head up and roared like that, I was just like, yep, he definitely said Mothra.
Yeah.
There was no way denying that.
Need a record scratching sound effect from Gigan to come back. If they talk.
Dude, end credit scene in this movie? Shit. Man.
Speaking of the Great War with Kong and Godzilla, I'm fully expecting to get a flashback in this film.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, especially with this new villain here. I mean, what do you guys think the flashback would be?
Maybe him in the background, probably, or him being collateral damage to the battle.
Yeah, we're gonna see from his perspective. I don't know I don't think he's gonna be a part of it per se. I don't know honestly what role he would play. If he's not a Kong, I don't know what he would be doing.
KM says he's not a Titan either, so.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Like we said earlier, it could be a new species. Who knows?
He's just a human in the Hollow Earth who turned into a monkey.
That's cool. We got 15 people watching right now, and a lot of people are theorizing in the comments about this Kong eating a banana or something in the middle of the movie. The only way I see the flying Godzilla thing being in the movie is that Godzilla contacts his ancestor to come help him with some... So yeah, going back to those like images in Godzilla vs. Kong, the flying like Godzilla creature, that... I don't know, that's like... I feel like that's a hint like for Space Godzilla in my opinion.
I agree.
Because let's be honest, I mean... You know, there's going to be some changes with maybe the Toho characters. You know, I mean, King Ghidorah, there were some changes to him where he can grow his heads after they've been, you know, torn apart from his body. Ghidorah has different abilities in the movie. And, you know, Space Godzilla, if he ever shows up in this MonsterVerse, you know, there could be a moment where when he flies, you know, he grows wings out of his back. You know, there could be a lot of changes, and a lot of people are going to like him, and a lot of people aren't going to like him. But I feel like it is a, hint between, for Space Godzilla, because in that cave painting you can see like little dots near this Godzilla, flying Godzilla, and I'm guessing that's just a hint between, Space Godzilla.
I agree, because KDM also told us that there is still a big baddie that we haven't seen yet.
And dude, I mean, I believe it's Space Godzilla, man. I mean, what do you think, Joseph?
Well, I have no idea. If there's some licensing leak in the future, then who knows at this point?
I mean, think about it, because Toho's now working with Legendary. I have a feeling that because Toho's so deeply involved, that it would be a lot more easier to get the license for certain characters.
True.
I'm trying to look for this photo of that cave painting, but I cannot find it anywhere.
When I first saw that painting, I first thought it was just the Iwi's interpretation of when Godzilla ate the quote-unquote star. Because we now know, because of the novel, that Godzilla is the sole reason why the Kong species went to Skull Island. Because he ate whatever star this was, went on a rampage, and wiped out half of his family and species.
Yep.
But I also want to think that this is a whole new creature. Like, Space Godzilla came down once upon a time to the Hollow Earth looking for greater power. Now he's dormant because the synopsis does say there's a greater threat lying within the Hollow Earth.
See, I'm about to pull up the photo right here in a second. If I can.
Here, I got the synopsis here. If you want to read it.
Let me see.
Here, it's in the. There you go. Took the chat.
Histories, origin, and mysteries of Skull Island. Yeah, we're definitely going to see the war. We're going to see exactly why Skull Island became a thing. We're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see Baby Kong. We're going to see Godzilla going on a rampage. We're going to see this new Titans perspective.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see Manila.
Doug, you mean?
Yeah.
There was a theory I thought was pretty interesting. Mr. Goji Productions in the chat says, I don't really think that the Flying Godzilla Kaiju will have actual wings. I think it's just a way of saying he fell from the sky, possibly being Space Godzilla. And then there was another one where he said, here's a theory not confirmed. Oh, this was always LOL1. What a nice name. He said, here's a theory not confirmed, but I'm thinking, what if the Flying Godzilla and this Kong maybe they are the only species that survived the war, and not at all of the Godzillas and Kong species died. So I guess there's theories going around that what if that Flying Godzilla is just a completely different thing, and that's Space Godzilla, and this orangutan monster, I guess, got him mixed up because maybe in the war he was just young, and he's just he's like he's thinking that this Godzilla that we all know is the Godzilla that wiped him out. In reality, it was actually the Space Godzilla that actually wiped out the whole entire like Kong species. That's a good one.
I like that one actually. Yeah, it would make sense.
It would. And it's like, imagine if this Space Godzilla actually appears in this damn movie, and this, you know, and then there's like a scene in the movie where Space Godzilla just finishes this new Kong that we know in the teaser, Eris, whatever his name is. What if he just kills him right away? And all of that led up to Space Godzilla, and then Godzilla and Kong are the ones that have to finish him off.
I like it. Because that would make sense, because what if this star that fell out of the sky from the Hollow Earth gave one of Godzilla's ancestors this Space Godzilla power, and that's literally what happened.
Yeah.
This Godzilla, the Space Godzilla, is just a mutated, evolved version of Godzilla's ancestor from whatever star he ate.
Like, dude, that's a good one.
I like that.
Always, LOL, I'm just gonna call you that. That's a good one. That's a good theory there. I like that.
Godzilla Boy 2000 says, if Space Godzilla is there, then Biollante is on the MonsterVerse.
Dude.
I mean, they could change up the origin.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I said,
Biolante's not hard to do.
Yeah, it's definitely
true.
It's definitely not. Biollante could work 100%. I just think the monsters. I've been saying this for a long time, and I think I talked to Matthew about it in the past. In all honesty, I don't know. I could see Gigan working, but that's just one of the monsters that I least expect to be in the MonsterVerse. I don't know. As much as I would love to see Gigan, it's just one of those monsters where, I don't know, it's just maybe a little bit too crazy for the MonsterVerse, since it's like, a realistic approach, but at the same time, we got Mechagodzilla, so I think Gigan's possible.
American Dream.
And then we also have to take into consideration the prequel comics and the novel when it comes out. Who knows what that information might have.
And the MonsterVerse show.
Jurassic Gorgira 54, welcome to the stream. We're talking about Godzilla X Kong, and we're also speculating a bunch of stuff. Keep in mind, guys, no theory is gonna be attacked in here, okay? So you can say you guys can theorize whatever you want. We may laugh and chuckle a little bit, but like this is a friendly stream. You guys can say whatever you guys want about the movie, and we'll talk about it, but we're not gonna shut you down for it. We're not gonna this is a fun stream.
This is how we generate hype.
Exactly.
It's great.
Speculation, as long as we can talk about it and not argue about it, then we're all good here. So I really want Space Godzilla to work with this evil Kong against Godzilla and Kong, and hopefully Rodan. Man.
Oh yeah. Rodan survived. I forgot.
Rodan needs a little bit more love in this next movie, because he needs to be side by side with Godzilla at least.
I agree. He's still around.
This is like
Oh,
What
sorry.
if this is like a predecessor to like a Destroy All Monsters movie? I know it may sound ridiculous, but like all the Titans against this one thread. Just imagine.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I mean, they can go all out, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, because I was thinking about how many more movies can they do after this, and I think they can do a lot more. Especially, we were talking about this the other night, Matthew and I. They can definitely do Godzilla versus Gamera.
Oh my god, yes. I was talking about what if one day, I know this is crazy, but what if the San Diego Comic Con they just drop a trailer with no announcement that just says Guardian of the Universe for Legendary? Come on,
dude.
come
on.
Dude, I mean,
that'd be
like, just think about it, man. We got a lot of things. We got a lot of things coming up. There's the new Gamera Netflix, movie or show or series that's coming out for Gamera Rebirth, right? It's called Gamera Rebirth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gamera Rebirth, right? So, and we got Ultraman has been back since 2015. Gamera is just now coming back into the picture in terms of the monster genre. And Legendary will see that Gamera is picking up. They're going to see it. And the one request that they definitely know for a fact has been going around since like 2006, since the last Gamera movie. Godzilla versus Gamera. It's been around since the 60s. And it's like, if Godzilla versus Kong can be a thing, Godzilla and Gamera, that can definitely be a thing. And the only way I think it could work is in the MonsterVerse.
I agree.
Because, man, Gamera can definitely work.
This anime is, I think, like, it might be, like, the result of if Gamera could be in the MonsterVerse might be because of how good the anime is. So, we just, have to wait and see. I wouldn't mind for a Shin Gamera, because I know a lot of people have been wanting that since 2016 came out.
That's the first.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's the first thing that will happen. I know, Matthew, we were talking about this the other night. I think the first thing that will happen before any Godzilla versus Gamera thing comes out, it's gonna be a solo Gamera film or another Gamera film, like a live action version.
Definitely.
That's the first thing that will happen.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. I don't know if Matt told you this, but when we both were watching the Shin Ultraman premiere at New York, Shinji Higuchi was there, and people kept on asking him about Shin Gamera, and he said that he would not mind to come back if people would actually love it, or if people would be interested in seeing it. So who knows?
Dude, I mean, props to that guy.
It would be nice to see him come back.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people would love for him to come back, especially like in America. A lot of people love that guy.
Yes.
Somebody said, because I know you guys, I know you two are like big Ultraman fans, correct?
Oh yes.
Awesome. So Mr. Goji said the only kaiju series I don't ever see coming into, I'm guessing he says the MonsterVerse, is my boy Ultraman.
Oh no.
So I mean. Yeah,
I agree.
I don't think Ultraman, unfortunately, is going to make it into the MonsterVerse ever.
Which is fine, honestly.
And
I have no idea how that can translate to MonsterVerse, to be honest.
Yeah, and like, I mean, that's also one of the other monsters, or like, mechanical beings in the Godzilla universe that I don't see coming in either. Is Jet Jaguar.
Dimension jumping monsters. Universe eating kaiju. I don't know how that could work. It'd be cool, but I just don't know how.
What's up, Electric Dino? Welcome.
Real quick, I was seeing in the comments people asking about Rodan. He's not dead. In the end credits, for King of the Monsters, he's hibernating in Mount Fuji, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we also have a Mothra egg.
Yeah, the Mothra egg. I forgot about that too. We also have the Mothra egg. So there's a potential, chance that we'll see Mothra in Godzilla X Kong. We'll see. I mean,
I hope so.
Anything's possible. I hope we get to see Mothra again and a new form.
Make it twins, the twin larvas.
Yeah, make the Mothra twins come back. Make sure there's 2 eggs, man. That would be awesome.
Can we get MonsterVerse Rainbow Mothra? I would love that.
Ooh, man. Volcano Muto, what's going on, man? Spinal Dragon, I'm doing well. How are you? We're just having fun here talking about Godzilla and Kong and the MonsterVerse. Somebody said Megaguirus. I saw that comment earlier. Somebody said Megaguirus in the MonsterVerse. I don't know. I don't know. That's like... I guess I can fall in the category with like Scylla and, you know, these weird like, you know, insect monsters. Maybe that can fall in that category, but that's like maybe way at the bottom.
I could see her work in a TV show.
Yeah, in the Apple TV series, I can definitely see Megaguirus working.
Yeah, like diverting real quick from the Godzilla X Kong, we have the Monarch show coming out, and there's a lot of room to play there. So apparently, this show's about the secrets of Monarch, and I was telling Lewis about this before that I would love if we find out that Monarchs have been trying to build some crazy technology, like Mogira or Super X styled vehicles, you know.
Yep.
Maybe even experiments with Titan radiation on plants, which is how we get Biolante. You know, it worked perfectly in the TV show.
Yep. Dude, I agree. So like, we were talking about that the other day. They can definitely do some sort of like, you know, modern MonsterVerse Super X. If they did the heaves, dude, to go into the Hollow Earth, they can definitely do, you know, an upgraded huge, you know, heave that's nicknamed Monster X, or not Monster X, Super X.
Super X.
Super H.
Monster X, yeah, in the MonsterVerse, let's go. No, they can definitely do a huge vehicle, like, you know, that can go against Godzilla and call it the Super X. I mean, it's like they did heaves. You know, they had that huge, like, weird B-2 bootleg jet in the Godzilla King of the Monsters. They can definitely do a huge, you know, weapon that's called Super X. I'm surprised they haven't done that already. Maybe they're saving it for like the last couple movies, but like, man.
I hope you get Mogira.
I wonder if they have like a MCU type release slot in the works. Probably, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like a certain timeline of movies with the release dates. I don't know how you say it.
Phase 2?
Phase 2, yeah. Something like that. So you have different phases with a series of movies.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is definitely, and it feels like it. I think this is definitely the start of Phase 2.
Right.
It's kind of weird because Phase 1 only had like 4 movies in it. I guess that's a good amount. I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to the freaking MCU having like a million movies in each phase. But that's good. Phase 1.
Look where Marvel is at now.
Dude, yeah, don't even get me started. Phase 1, you know, Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong. So, we're going to get into different topics here in the stream for however long. I know Matthew has to get going. I don't know how long you plan to stay. I know you're going to do stuff later this evening.
Still got plenty of time.
Cool. So, you know, the topic we started off with was Godzilla X Kong. Soon we're going to, you know, talk about potential toys for this movie. We're just going to be talking about, like, stuff like that. Kaiju Fanatic 2001's in here. What's up, Corey, man?
Corey!
Hello! Dino Mundo, what's going on, man? How are you guys? Welcome. We're just talking about Godzilla X Kong and potential toys that could be made for the movie and potential merchandise and stuff like that. But, you know, a more what was the topic we were just on before I, like, brutally interrupted?
Something about the Apple TV show?
Yeah.
Shit.
So, the Apple TV show. Let's just jump right into the Apple TV show now. We got the Apple TV show coming up later, this year, I believe?
Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting because I've heard that it's going to start out with the events that happened after Godzilla 2014?
Yeah. The 21st, which was like Friday, I think, news dropped that the VFX and CGI team that's going to work on the Apple TV show will be called WETA. WETA. That's what it's called. So they're going to be working on the special effects. And KDM also said there might be much more to discover.
Ooh.
What was it called? WETA?
Yeah. And a guy that worked on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Rebel Moon and Cocaine Bear is going to work on the TV show as well.
Bear.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it looks like have they worked on, didn't they do the effects for King Kong 2005?
I have no idea.
It looks like they did some of the effects for the Planet of the Apes movies. Apparently.
Ooh.
So that will be cool. Then I have high hopes for them, for the CGI and stuff to look good, or whatever special effects they plan to add.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, Corey confirmed that they did work on King Kong 2005, Lord of the Rings, trilogy, the movies, and a lot of other movies. So I have high hopes. I have high hopes for this Apple TV series. I'm sure the CGI will look great. I'm sure the special effects will look great. What do you guys?
Do we know the budget?
I don't know the budget. That's something I really know. I'm sure Corey can answer that for us, or somebody else can answer that for us.
I agree with Sato. I am excited to see 2014 back. That is my favorite MonsterVerse design.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait to see Godzilla 2014. They better not do what they did in Godzilla King of the Monsters. That was kind of boo-boo. how like the movie started where Godzilla, it's like a recap of Godzilla 2014, but Godzilla's design is straight up 2019's design, and you can tell from the dorsal plates and the way his head is and how he just looks. It's definitely just a render of Godzilla 2019's design. But
disrespect.
What I like to see is how, if they do it, I don't know if they would, but like how his spine changes.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
How because we did see it in that one comic book, or that book of, I forgot what the title of that book is called, but I have it up there on the shelf. He finds the Muto Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what that book's called. It's
Aftershock, right?
Aftershock,
Godzilla
yeah.
After. There it is, Godzilla Aftershock. I hope they kind of show that. That would be so cool if they did.
Mm. It'll just be a news clip. Godzilla changed design.
News clip.
It'll be bring Muto Prime back, right? I mean, that would be crazy.
I'm sure we'll get new perspectives on all the fights we didn't see. I'm sure we'll get the Honolulu fight. Yep. We'll get the Muto Prime fight.
Yep. Yeah, dude. A lot of people are saying, even Sato saying that we should have Muto Prime back. A lot of people are saying in the chat right now. Yeah, dude. I mean, seeing Muto Prime in movie form, I mean, that would be crazy. Because, man, or like at least on the Apple TV show, I mean, I would love to see Muto Prime come up in there. So, showing the fight between Godzilla and Muto Prime will be really cool to see. Especially the book. I read the book back when I got it, and it seemed really intense for Godzilla. This enemy, like the Muto Prime, seemed really, really, really intense.
Oh, definitely. He destroyed his spines, to my knowledge.
Yeah. So yeah, no confirmed budget yet, Corey says in the chat. What I think we will see though is I think we'll see maybe a lot more like behind like TV screen fights. I feel like we're gonna see that in this Apple TV show, unfortunately, because there's only so much you can do in this show, and they're probably not gonna focus the entire show on Godzilla and Muto Prime's fight. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
As long as the story is good, I'll be fine.
Right. I feel like the Apple TV show could bring new kaiju, possible Toho kaiju being brought back and introduce them using episodes, and then could lead to their big screen appearance. So that's Mr. Goji Productions theory, but what's his face from Godzilla King of the Monsters? I know his name. OG, was it OGT, JT Storm, something like that? I forget his name.
TJ Storm?
TJ Storm. No, not the guy that plays Godzilla.
The mocap?
Was his name TJ Storm? I believe Ice Cube's son. What's his name?
O'Shea Jackson.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
him. Didn't he post about Gigan and Biollante?
Yeah, he's really trying hard to get a G Team anime, right, Joseph? Was that what he was trying to do?
I did not know about this information till now.
Really? He's
Yeah.
working hard on a script called G Team, where it's obviously about the G Team infiltrating some kaiju stuff, and he's trying to get Gigan, Biollante, both gargantuans. He's going all out. He has a script written out.
Dude,
He's getting people to give it to Legendary and actually make it a reality, man. I hope it's true.
dude, I mean,
He was in Kong, right?
No,
Like Godzilla versus Kong.
no.
no, he was in King.
No?
He was in King of the Monsters. I kind of.
Oh.
It kind of.
I need to watch that movie again. It's been a while.
It kind of sucked not seeing him back in Godzilla vs Kong, though, right? I mean, like, it would have been cool to see.
Yeah, what happened to G Team?
I have no idea, honestly. All I know is that he posted that, and he posted like his own. Was it his own concepts of Gigan and Biollante?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, like that stuff is crazy. I mean, a potential like Biollante and Gigan in the MonsterVerse, you know, I mean, I can see it happen. To be honest, I hope the Godzilla TV series gets a season 2. So, oh, I didn't know that. I thought there was like multiple seasons confirmed, but I guess there's just one season.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping the show has a darker tone similar to 2014. Yeah, we need to bring that like darker tone and atmosphere that Godzilla 2014 had.
I think the show will bring it.
It'll also have its fun little twist as well, I feel like. I was thinking about this.
As long as we don't have a dark screen to look at, I'll be fine.
Yeah, just don't bring that darkness. Don't bring that darkness to this, you know, future of MonsterVerse stuff. We need to see what's actually going on the screen.
Please.
I was thinking about this the other day at work for some reason. It would be cool to bring each main character from like each movie all together in one movie again. Like bring Ford from Godzilla 2014. Bring not Millie. I don't want to say Millie Bobby Brown because like that. I don't want to say her.
Wasn't Ford in King of the Monsters? Like he was. I think Dartery said something about him being over the radio fighting a monster or something like that.
He was at the scene where I think it was like in between the scenes where they're trying to like revive Godzilla and they show the aftermath of Washington being destroyed and he's talking through the radio. So that was cool, but I want to see like, you know, Ford, Millie Bobby Brown's like, let's say Millie Bobby Brown's dad, and let's say what's her name, the deaf girl in Godzilla vs Kong, and whoever main character is going to be in this movie, bring them all together and like, I don't know, just have an action movie where all of them are together. And we haven't seen Ford in a while. I liked his character in Godzilla 2014. I didn't mind him. But he needs to like actually come back to the screen, in my opinion.
I think Ford has potential because now he's deep in this stuff.
Do you think they would bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson, or would they recast him?
They have
because I think he's like a more higher end actor right now.
Yeah, I think they would bring him back. I really hope the MonsterVerse never. I really hope the MonsterVerse. Oh, this is interesting. I really hope the MonsterVerse never brings Ghidorah back.
Ooh.
So,
well, based on some certain leaks.
Oh yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, we can't say that here. We can't. Like,
yeah.
We can't say that here. But I totally forgot about that. But yeah,
I just didn't want to say it just because you never know.
I know what this guy means. Because I know what this guy means. Because me and Matthew were also talking about this the other night. But I was also thinking about this too the other day. We had Ghidorah's story. We did have like Ghidorah's movie. And in all honesty, Ghidorah should be just kept in that movie. It was cool seeing like Ghidorah's spirit in Mechagodzilla's body. But like at the same time, that really, I guess at the end of the day, that truly, really, really in spirit wasn't Mechagodzilla. So that kind of sucked in my opinion, but it was still cool though. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. But it didn't really feel like Mechagodzilla. And also, you know, at the end of the day, I agree with you. Whoever said that, I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys think Ghidorah should just come back in every other movie, or do you guys think he
Oh
should just
God,
be
no.
No, it's
put to
like
rest?
bringing back a character that should have stayed dead.
Exactly.
It's like bringing
Yeah.
back Tony Stark for the next phase of Marvel movies and just his story was done. Let's just keep him dead.
I agree.
Yeah. Ghidorah is done. I mean, if we're ever getting Ghidorah back, I would prefer it to be in the form of like his origin. Where did he come from? What has he done before to other planets? You know, I want to see that, but
See, now that can
Unless
definitely
we
work
can-
in the Apple TV series.
yeah, definitely. Other than that, nah, his story's done. I don't want no more. Oh, the skull is still behind and he's influencing everything. Like, I don't want that.
No,
We're
me
done with
neither.
that.
Unless we can bring back Grand King Ghidorah somehow.
I wouldn't mind other Ghidorah variations.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
Guess
that either.
Ghidorah
Like,
would be pretty cool.
like a new species of Ghidorah would be cool. You know, that would be cool because then this is like a completely different thing. But yeah, like Mr. Goji said in the chat, I agree with you. I mean, I can. Ghidorah should just stay where he's been. You know, in Phase 1, he can stay there. I feel. I mean, a lot of people are saying now in the chat, what leaks? What leaks? Oh God,
What you done?
What do we start, Matthew?
Don't worry about the leaks, gentlemen.
I gotta talk to my wife now because she's gonna get crazy too about it. But, but yeah, the only way I guess Mr. Goji's saying the only way I can see Ghidorah coming back at all is if they make Mothra's solo movie and then like the Rebirth of Mothra series. Okay.
Yo, that's not bad.
But yeah, like I mean, like we were talking about the other day, Matthew. I guess the next topic should be what everybody has been wanting ever since Godzilla vs. Kong. You know, the hype ended for that movie. A brand new villain, and so far, that's what we're getting here. In Godzilla X Kong. What do you guys think of this new villain? Because I don't think we talked about that yet. Like, what do you think? Like, or do you guys think it should have been a retool of a Toho kaiju, or do you guys like this new approach that MonsterVerse is bringing us?
I want them to go original. You know, it's like I don't know if you're like familiar with Power Rangers, but like the company who owns them now, Hasbro, is now wanting to actually strive away towards the Japanese adaptions. They want to go all original.
Cool.
So that's what I want the monsters to do. Instead of just relying on Japanese monsters, they should, you know, get creative.
Yeah.
Get new monsters, you know?
Yeah.
As long as they're, you know, interesting.
Yep.
You know, and I think they could work out.
Well, dude, that's the thing. Like, if the theories are true, if this Kong can breathe atomic breath, then it's definitely going to be interesting. I'll tell you that. Matthew, what do you?
An offspring.
Yeah, what do you think, Matthew, about this?
I want a little bit of both, man. I do want the MonsterVerse to strive into completely foreign territory. That's why I'm hyped for this movie in particular. This movie,
Yep.
you know, with versus Kong, you know what you're getting. With King
Yep.
of the Monsters, we knew exactly what we were getting. But
Yep.
this movie, you know, we're all in the dark. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah. Dude.
Is there another big baddie? Like, what the hell's going on? And I like that.
That's the fun part, man. It's bringing you back to what Godzilla 2014 was. Like, I remember theories, Godzilla 2014, there was theories of Godzilla's gonna die, and then there's gonna be another Godzilla. You know, is Rodan gonna be in that movie? I remember all of those theories. We're back in the dark, man. We don't know what to expect from this movie. I'm completely 100% agree with you guys. I love that they're going in this new direction. I love that they're, you know, bringing a new character into the picture. They're bringing a new species of, I guess, orangutan. We don't know if it's really a Kong ancestor or a Kong species, but it's definitely looks more like an orangutan species. And if that's the case, if that's the case, man, I'm all in for it. I mean, man, like, I was all in for it when this teaser came out, and when I stopped watching the teaser, man, in my reaction video, I was just blown away. You guys couldn't tell because I was just like tired. I just woke up that day, but like, and like I'm all for a completely new villain because like it's about time we've gotten like a new, fresh start for the MonsterVerse, and this is exactly what we're getting.
Yes.
Honestly, I see someone says the new villain looks generic, and I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I understand the statement, but I think it's what he's going to bring to the table. You know, he's going to have some crazy powers, weapons, a history. You know, I think it's going to make up for that quote unquote generic design.
Yeah, I mean, he says the same thing. He says the same thing as well. But what if, like, he said, like, but if he is a new villain, he better be something like Ultron or Thanos. Yeah, he better be.
No.
I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like he's like he may be like in between Ultron and Thanos. Because I feel like at the end of the day, Space Godzilla is gonna be that Thanos of this Godzilla world. Andrew, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. We're talking about Godzilla X Kong, and you're welcome to speculate. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of? Let's just focus on this Eris guy, because apparently his name is what? Eris?
That's his code name.
Code name.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think of his glowing eyes?
He's definitely got the Hollow Earth power surging through him.
Yep.
That's what's gonna make him a good opponent. He's gonna be impervious to Godzilla's atomic breath. I feel like he's gonna try to hit him with it, and this Ares guy's just gonna take the full blast with no scratches. You know.
Yep. Damn, man. Dude, I mean, what do you think, Joseph?
This might sound ridiculous, but what if his powers are like activated by rage, like the hatred he has for both Kong and Godzilla, and then he just uses them, uses everything against him?
That would make sense too. I mean, because like that just makes the most logical sense. There's other theories, and I believe one of these theories, because there's theories out there where his glowing eyes are the Hollow Earth's power within him. And there's also two other theories, which I think we've talked about, obviously. There's two other theories, and I think a lot of people in the chat are also going to know these theories. One, this new villain, this new ape Kong villain species breathes atomic breath like Godzilla. And the second theory is he has electricity powers just like King Kong did in King Kong vs. Godzilla. There's those two other theories, and I think a lot of you guys know in the chat as well. Those are the two other theories. The top three are basically the Hollow Earth energy, electricity, and atomic breath. I think I'm gonna go with...
Here's something funny. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think I'm gonna go with the Hollow Earth energy, like Matthew said. I believe that's what really he has. It would be cool though if he did have an electric like pulse or ability like King Kong did in the 60s, because that would just be an awesome throwback.
And he might have both.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? He might have both. And the Hollow Earth energy might look like electricity, so it just might be a hint or like a nod to the electricity powers King Kong had in the 60s.
Oh, dude, that is true, because they used Hollow Earth energy source to source Mechagodzilla's power. So I feel like that source of energy is the electricity that this guy has, you know? Some foreign form of power.
Yep. You were gonna...
What if somehow Kong gets the powers of this new monster, and then we can actually have Kong getting the electricity that we've seen in 62?
That would be... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, because that could definitely happen as well. What do you think, Matthew, about that?
I agree. And I also have a feeling he's going to have some ability to drain Godzilla's energy.
Oh.
I just thought about that.
That's actually a good one. Then we'll be seeing the Godzilla and Godzilla 2014, because the Mutos did that.
Exactly. If the EMP from the Mutos did that, I have a feeling this guy's going to have a thing where he can grab Godzilla by the throat or something and just drain his energy out.
Dude, that's actually a good one. I did not think about that, actually. What do you think about that, Joseph? That's actually, damn.
When did the Mutos drain his powers in 2014? All I thought was that he just got exhausted because
the EMP blast actually affected his atomic radiation or energy, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay. I could see it. Yeah.
That's why Godzilla and Godzilla 2014 was just so like out of it, because the Mutos was just draining his energy the entire time. That's why he seemed so slow and weak in that movie. But in the King of the Monsters, he was all for the game. Shit, he was kicking everybody's ass.
He was buffed up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, look at GVK, man. He was tossing Kong around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Crawling on all fours.
Dude, that callback to what Stan Winston wanted to do in Godzilla '94, the American version. Because in the American Godzilla, somebody brought it up to me, and I think it might have been Kaiju Fanatic 2001 that brought it up to me. But Godzilla crawling on all fours in Godzilla vs. Kong was a throwback to the first American Godzilla, because the first American Godzilla, Stan Winston wanted him to crawl on all fours at some points in the film.
Mm.
So
I remember that.
I think Adam Wingard did confirm that as well, if I'm not mistaken. But possibly Warbats could be in this. Wait, okay, so possibly Warbats could be his minions if he's saying like Scar from Tick. What? They could.
Lion King.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Actually, a good point. I was gonna say earlier for my Spider-Man fans out there that this guy feels like Kraven almost.
Yeah, that's true too. But this, I did not think about that, man. Mr. Goji's got it. He's got the ball rolling. You know, the Warbats as his minions. That's something, or the Skullcrawlers as his minions.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna have a pet, some big bad pet. You know.
Yeah, I think it might be something like that. I don't know, but I feel like the Skullcrawlers aren't gonna like fight against this guy. I feel like all these bad monsters, in the MonsterVerse, like in the Hollow Earth, like the Warbats, the Skullcrawlers, I feel like they're gonna all side with this Eris, because like this is a stupid, crazy theory. I mean, it's kind of stupid now, but like, what if like Eris has been, because he's been here for who knows how long in the Hollow Earth. What if he was the one sending the Skullcrawlers up to Skull Island?
I mean, I believe it because, like I said, look where he is. He's on a throne of his own, on a pile of bones. This guy clearly knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He has history. I'm pretty sure everybody in that area is scared of him. Therefore, they're going to listen to him. He has his own army.
Yep. Oh, man. Well, I wonder, somebody said, I wonder if Doug will return in this new movie.
MonsterVerse Manila.
MonsterVerse Manila.
We need Doug merch.
Yeah, let's talk the toys. I'm gonna pull up a photo here of Godzilla vs. Kong toys from Playmates first, because I think that's the number one thing we should talk about with that. I gotta pull up like a great photo of all this stuff. But
They released the Mega Godzilla and Mega Kong figures back in the Kong toy line, or was that just scrapped fully?
those were scrapped, I think, completely.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
man.
Which kind of sucks.
I hope somehow they can like bring it back for this toy line. It'll be interesting, but yeah, that'll be nice.
This next batch of figures from Playmates, me and Lewis were talking about this. They have to go crazy. Like, I want big play sets and things like I will love a play set of the Hollow Earth with the throne set, with heaves and other vehicles.
That would sound cool. Like a mini play set. Miniature figures and whatnot.
Godzilla Fan 2020, you are not late, man. We're just getting started on toy discussions for Godzilla X Kong. I'm just trying to pull up a photo here. So if you guys see me kind of looking down right now, I'm trying to pull up a photo for this specific topic. So I'm gonna send this to our Discord really quick, and I think we're gonna shout out the Geek Chest here because we're gonna use his photo for it. So if I can just drag this to this. Where is it? There we go.
Gojira fan. We don't know who this guy is. We're thinking he is an ancestor of Kong who was around during the Great War.
Let's see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another image here. Image 2. We're gonna browse. Oh man, how do I do this? So I'm totally trying to remember how I did this last time. But don't mind me. Who is the brand villain of Kong? The brand new villain of Kong, I'm guessing he's trying to say. Well, it's this guy right here on the screen. Eris, it looks like. And this, and before we get into the toys here, what does this movie feel like so far? Does it feel like more of a Godzilla movie or Kong movie? This is probably the most obvious answer anyway.
It's probably going to be GVK inspired, where it's mostly Kong. I hope it's Godzilla, though, because I was talking with some friends about this, and Godzilla's screen presence in GVK was super lackluster. He showed up a lot, he had a lot of stuff to do, but his actual presence felt lacking.
I agree, dude. You know, I hope this new movie is kind of... Oh, there we go. Okay, we got it now. So I'm going to pull up this photo now. You can delete that. And we're going to add a new one. And then we can finally get started talking about the toys here. So... If I can... let's see. What the heck? Anyways, no, we're just gonna start anyway without the photo. I'll just figure it out on the way. But hey, Lewis, if you need pics from the figures, I have some. Yeah, actually, Corey, if you could just send some to me, man, that would be awesome too. I mean, shout out to Kaiju Fanatic 2001 for allowing us to use some photos here. For this brand new MonsterVerse movie of Godzilla X Kong, the new Inspire. Go ahead for your question. You could just say, you can ask the question if you want, just right away.
I hope you're right, Mr. Goji. I really want this to be Godzilla's movie again. I miss my boy.
Yeah, dude, I feel me as well. This better be like, because with Godzilla versus Kong, Kong didn't feel like an arch enemy, like an arch enemy. How do you say it? Like a
arch nemesis.
Yeah, I'm having the huge twister tongue right now, but like Kong didn't feel that way with Godzilla. Like he just kind of felt like an enemy that just appeared and that was it. There wasn't no like real hatred between them.
Hey, what's up, Adam? Yeah, I agree. This guy has been around way longer than Kong. This guy is definitely an ancient species of Kong. Whether it's... Well, I think we talked about this already. He's not necessarily a Kong. He's supposed to be some...
new species.
Yeah, very ancient, far-off species. So I'm interested to see what's going on.
Cataracts.
Alright, so Corey has sent a few photos here. Oh, perfect. Okay. Excellent. Thanks, Corey, man. So this is actually good right here. So we're going to do this. Move that there. And then we're going to move this over here. Okay, so this is a good one. So he made, Kaiju Fanatic 2001 made some collages here of each line that Playmates made for Godzilla versus Kong. So this is excellent here. So I'm gonna save a few here. Kind of move this stuff here. So we're just gonna move that. Save. If I can save these photos, that would be great. So we're gonna talk about like the 6-inch line that Playmates made. The only thing is I'm trying to save these damn photos, but it's not letting me. How do I save these?
Before we get into the figures, how do y'all feel about the title? I know a lot of people don't like it, but I actually enjoy it. It feels almost like a Toho title in a way with the X in it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean, man. That's actually something we didn't talk about, and that was probably the number one thing we should have talked about. Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. A lot of people say that's a long title. I'm hearing that people are saying that's a long title. I thought Godzilla King of the Monsters was way longer than this.
You can't say that when you have Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I agree. That's completely true.
I could see that this title is really out of left field. Like, I was not expecting this, the New Empire. I didn't even know what I was expecting, honestly. But I like it. It's different. It's unique. You know, it gives a little bit of that uniqueness to the MonsterVerse lineup.
Yep, I agree. Godzilla X Kong would have been fine too. But I love how they added the New Empire. That just like gives a, that's like, oh shit, like what? There's something else going on in the picture. So
Exactly.
that's a cool one as well. Okay, so now we gotta do that, and then do that, and then do that. I browse to the photos. There we go.
And I also think people tend to forget that Tokyo SOS's title is Godzilla X Mothra X Mechagodzilla.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of people comparing
Godzilla X Megaguirus,
Yep, I agree, dude.
The literal Japanese translations to the Shilla Godzilla movies are pretty long. I think people forget about that too.
Don't mind me, everybody. It's just Louis Duran here screwing up a live stream with trying to get the photos to show up here because I'm just transferring them to the screen here. What do you guys think we should talk about first? Like because I know there was like different like scale for Playmates. There was a 6-inch scale, a 7-inch scale. I guess we'll just go in order.
Yeah, we start off with the base releases, the 6-inch figures. And I think a lot of people on Facebook are spreading around that we're supposed to be getting figures for Godzilla X Kong, I believe, in October.
Yeah.
Or at least reveals.
I mean, you kind of confirmed that almost this morning, or before we started the stream.
Yes, I did.
Which we will not. We maybe we'll do a separate stream on that one day, but for now, I think let's just keep like this not leaks.
Yeah, we'll keep that for another day, maybe.
Yeah, we'll keep that for ourselves here. This would be easier if I can just airdrop it right away, but it's not letting me because I have all this stuff open.
I agree with the high grades, man. I want more high grades, and I want more vehicles, like the Jurassic Park figures, where you get the choppers, the boats, the Skull Island figures were some of my favorite releases because of that. I love the Skull Island figures. They felt so nostalgic to me. They felt like Jurassic Park figures from all the way back in 2005.
What were you talking about? The Skullcrawler or the Kong Skull Island figures?
Yeah, when they did like the Mother Longlegs with the boat, the helicopters, the Humvees.
Yep. Those were like actual like cool little play sets because that's something we haven't gotten in terms of like in the Godzilla and Kong world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't continue that because, like you mentioned earlier, we have that big stealth bomber. What is it, the Argo, right? We have the Argo ship. We have Heaves.
Yep.
And God knows what else. And they made no figures of them. The most we got are these little 2-inch Heave figures that came with the Playmates figures, which is kind of disappointing. I want to get something bigger that lights up, that has a cockpit,
Yep.
Always here, man. If Godzilla games is a whole conversation we could have, that'll be hours long. I could go on about that, but yes,
Dude.
I would love a continuation of the Pipeworks games.
We should have gotten a battleship playset. Yeah, dude. From Godzilla
That's very
vs. Kong,
true.
that was definitely a missed opportunity. Like a Godzilla versus like Kong playset where Godzilla and Kong can go on the battle, on the aircraft carrier. That would have been sweet. But that was definitely a miss.
It's actually a really good point. They advertised a lot of the fight on that aircraft, and I would expect some playset on that, but nothing.
Here we go. Now we got. Okay, so.
Didn't some of the figures come with like a backdrop with that setting, or am I just
I don't know.
tripping?
Oh,
I honestly couldn't tell you.
You saw that, guys. I had it up on the screen for a second, and it's gone. So now I have it back up here. So I finally got it figured out, guys. So we're gonna do this, do that.
Oh, the Trendmaster head playsets, dude, that would be unreal, man.
Ooh.
I think if this movie, Godzilla X Kong, would be the movie to do that for, I'll be honest.
Okay, so we're just gonna do this for now, and Corey will use her photos here in a second, but we're just gonna keep it like this. Okay, so we're just gonna.
Oh yeah, man. I think I told you this a while back, but with Treadmasters, the new Jagger Bandai, it reminded me a lot like the Treadmasters when they released.
I noticed that. I've been seeing that
Yeah.
Trendmasters pop up, and I'm like, it looks really familiar to the new Jigger design.
Yeah, with the paint job and everything. I think the design too. Or no, probably.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna shout out the Geek Chest, and Corey, we're gonna use her photos here in a second, but we're just gonna use the Geek Chest for now. And we're finally gonna jump on this topic after a long-awaited time of me trying to put the dang photo up here. Guys, I'm new to this stuff. I don't do this every day. I don't stream and YouTube crap and all that crap. I don't live stream, but I'm finally getting back into it because I want to do more live streams on here for you guys. This year I want to dedicate this channel to a lot of streaming because at the end of the day we all love talking about this stuff. I mean, am I right or wrong, Matthew? I mean, and Joseph here. I mean,
Definitely, man. This is what we live for.
So.
This is how we generate hype.
Exactly. So let's talk about the Godzilla X toys. Even though nothing has been revealed or released, all we do know is that Playmates. I think I pointed this out to Matthew the other day. Playmates did in fact share the Godzilla X Kong trailer. So I'm guessing what that means is that Playmates is going to be producing the Godzilla X Kong trailer toys, or they're going to be making the toys for Godzilla X Kong. And what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think of Playmates potentially handling the toys for Godzilla X Kong?
I'd like to go first. If Playmates weren't going to do the Godzilla toys, I feel like we would have gotten news by now that the Godzilla rights to make toys have gone to a different company. Something similar to how Bandai no longer was producing the Power Ranger toys and the rights went to Hasbro. So I feel like we wouldn't have gotten news by that by now because at this point it would have been too late to, I guess, say something, but I don't know. I feel like Playmates are still gonna do the toys because they've been doing pretty well recently with their new classic 6-inch line, because I know that they released a new Baragon show figure. And that looked pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I haven't gotten the Baragon yet. I know a lot of people have ordered it off Amazon. I'm the kind of guy, if I know that a Playmates toy is going to come out in the store anytime soon, I'll just look for it in the wild because in my opinion, that's the more fun way to do it.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait until it drops in stores, and if it's 4 months from now that I can't find this dang Baragon from Playmates, then I'm just gonna probably order it off eBay or something. But yeah, what do you think, Matthew, about Playmates potentially handling the toys for Godzilla X Kong?
Now, I've made this very clear many times before. I'm not the biggest Playmates fan, but I will say that lately they have been doing really good. Like Joseph said, the Baragon came out beautifully, and I don't know, I have high hopes for this year's releases, especially in terms of the new playsets you might get. I have hope that Playmates will actually, because I think versus Kong had a lot of opportunities to drop some really great figures, and Playmates dropped the ball on that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Unfortunately.
So I hope this year they learned their lesson. Maybe they heard the demands, and we'll get some crazy stuff, man. I hope so.
With Godzilla vs Kong, there was a lot of missed opportunities, and I'm sure you guys in the chat will also agree here. Playmates could have made a lot of things, right? They could have went all out like Godzilla 9 or how Trendmasters did in Godzilla 1998. Bandai Creation, they didn't really do all that much for Godzilla 2014. I know there was other companies around that time jumping on the toy marketing as well, but there were the main company that was handling the Godzilla 2014 toys were Bandai Creation and a little bit of NECA, but that's just because they only did 2 figures or 3.
Oh yeah.
Bandai
I think Creations did pretty good with, I guess, the Pack of Destruction set. But I wish we actually got like their version of what Muto, like the 2 Muto figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because Bandai was like the only one, and that figure's hard to find. And you know the new Bandai premium set with the Mutos, that's expensive. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
with Bandai Creation, they did a Godzilla 2014 6-inch vinyl figure, like a regular one. They did a 12-inch, 11-inch one as well, which I do have. They're right on the top shelf. You guys can't see it at all. But they did do those. They just missed out on doing a 6-inch female Muto and a 6-inch male Muto. That's the only things that they didn't do. And the line, the whole line, I totally would have been okay with the entire line, except it feels incomplete when the 6-inch or 2 6-inch Mutos weren't made. That's the only thing that feels incomplete with it. Godzilla, Kong Skull Island. What was the toy? Lanyard, I think it was. Landlord or something. I can't remember the.
I think it was Jax. No, I don't know.
It was called
King of the Monsters was Jax, right?
Yeah, King of the Monsters was Jack specific.
Okay.
I think it was called Landlord or Lanyard. I can't remember the specific toy like name for the toy company, but they did a few Kong toys really well. They did the big Kong. They did the little toy play sets, which I thought was cool. I wish I got them at the time, but at the time I just didn't.
Oh, dude, I feel that.
Like I wish I got the Skullcrawler playset and that spider. I forgot what the name is, but the spider playset. And yeah, like Godzilla King of the Monsters was handled by Jack Specific. Their line was completely all over the place because they gave us 2 6-inch monsters, which were the only 6-inch monsters they gave us were King Ghidorah and Mothra. They didn't even, or King Ghidorah and Rodan. They didn't give us a Godzilla 6-inch figure. They gave us a 12-inch one instead, which I am okay with. But they didn't give us a 6-inch Godzilla nor a 6-inch Mothra, and then they completely skipped out on those monsters, and they just put them on the 3-inch to 4-inch scale, which kind of sucked. And they didn't even make a big King Ghidorah figure either, which also sucked as well. But
we got a recolored Ghidorah though.
Yeah, right.
It was like in a more metallic paint, I think.
Yeah, it was like.
But that didn't do good.
And the mouths were actually painted this time on that one as well. But yeah, and then Playmates came around with Godzilla vs Kong, and we actually got a solid toy line to make Godzilla figures for these movies. And in my opinion, the Playmates Godzilla vs Kong line has the best line we've gotten so far for these MonsterVerse films. And their line was good because they gave us a 6-inch line and they gave us a 12-inch to 14-inch line, which was fine with me. And then they started doing the later, like smaller figures later on. But the only thing they missed out on was a toy playset and a few toy playsets. They missed out on that kind of stuff. And Matthew can agree with me 100%.
I really wish I'm hoping this is the year they do play sets. Like Adam Thirsty Thursday said earlier, this would be the perfect movie to do the Trendmasters Godzilla head style play sets. Those would work beautifully with this movie.
Yep, I agree. Playmates, missed out on doing play sets. They could have done aircraft battleship carrier playset with Godzilla and Kong that can go on top of the playset, and it comes with little jets and stuff and little humans. You know, they missed out on that. They missed out on a Hong Kong playset, which would have been awesome. To get the neon buildings to go with the neon Godzilla and the neon Kong that we got.
Yeah.
They could have gave us those as well, a playset with that. They could have gave us I think we were talking about this the other day, Matthew. They could have gave us a Hollow Earth playset. You know, something.
How would that work out?
Like, I don't know. I think that would work out with just like a solid plastic piece right here, right? Mountains on the bottom, and then it curves upward like this. So then the mountains are on top there, and it will just something like that. You can buy two of them and then connect them together, and it would be a Hollow Earth like playset. You know, something like that. Exactly. Always LOL. Mattel needs to hop on this stuff. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jurassic World and their toys, but Mattel handles most of them.
Yeah.
And Mattel really needs to hop on the Godzilla trend. I mean, in all honesty, I would love to see Mattel take over the license for the Godzilla X Kong toys instead of Playmates, because I feel like Mattel would handle it way more better than Playmates will.
What if we have both companies working together, like they release one set and the other can release another kind of figure set, whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I think that could work out.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. Playmates and Mattel working together, that would be cool too, because then both ideas would be brought into one. So that's a good idea right there. But unfortunately, Mattel it doesn't seem like they're going to take the Godzilla license anytime soon. Hopefully they do in the future, but for now, it looks like Playmates is the toy handler for them. So, you know, okay, so let's just, enough about the past and what these companies could have done. What do you guys think Playmates, since we're just going to be talking about Playmates since they're potentially the handlers, what do you guys think they're going to bring to the table?
Give me a mini playset with a throne. I want Kong's throne and Ares' throne.
And that's it. That's all.
I mean, yeah.
That's it.
I'm assuming that Ares is going to have weapons, right? I want a weapon set. I want his throne. I don't know. Just like we said, I want a Hollow Earth playset, something that we can just set up pictures for and play with. So I think Playmates was going the right direction with you all had the transforming Godzilla Kong figures that were like Transformers with the missiles and all that crazy stuff on them.
I have both of them.
No.
I have both of them.
That was the right direction for figures.
What do they look like?
Of that.
I can bring, let me get up really quick and kind of bring it for you. I have Godzilla, and hopefully I can get him out, because he's kind of like buried in here. I know you guys probably feel that as well. Alright, so I'm gonna bring out Godzilla here. I got Godzilla. This is what Godzilla looks like.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like you asked earlier, the Mega Godzilla that had like the red armor all over him, I'm guessing they just changed it to this, and they put blue armor all over him. So yeah, these toys are definitely worth the money, because these are just trend masters 100%. So
modern trend
masters, guys. I mean, this is what it is right here. I mean, this stuff is cool. I love this kind of stuff that Playmates put out, and hopefully they do more stuff like this for the next movie. But like, yeah, I mean, stuff like that just needs to come back. But they need to do 3 separate scales, okay? They need to do like a 4-inch scale, 6-inch scale, and then like a 12-inch scale. That's all they need to do. Just keep it simple. Somebody said any toy company but Hasbro.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you guys...
I don't know. Hasbro is doing pretty good with the Power Rangers franchise. They have this Lightning collection where, you know, they have like civilian heads, accessories. It's kind of like a budget figure arts. I don't know if you guys call it that, but yeah, it's kind of like that.
I haven't been following Hasbro ever. I don't know if you guys remember the Jurassic World 2015 toys Hasbro has done.
No, I haven't seen them.
But man,
I know a friend who's like Jurassic fanatic.
Dude,
So I guess you can tell me about it.
The toys from Hasbro, man. I mean, there's only a few, but I have one of them right here. Like, I have a few up there. I don't know if you guys can kind of see them, but they're up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool,
just,
cool.
let me just grab it. I mean, look at this T-Rex. like,
Mhm.
like this right here. Hasbro needs to stay away from making like creatures of any kind. Like, I mean, 'cause that is atrocious. But like, I mean, like, yeah, Playmates just needs to keep it like that. You know, 3 separate scales, like 4-inch, 6-inch, and then 12-inch. And you know, they need to make some monsters toys. Eris, they need to have him like roar and stuff like that. And you know, if you guys are looking at my screen with this picture here of Godzilla, the Mega Godzilla is right here. The Mega Godzilla and the Mega Kong, which are the 14-inch figures, those I loved because they were just so cool. They lighted up, they roared. The only thing that kind of sucked about Godzilla's was tail was so short.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to like fix that problem on keeping those tails short, and they could have made a long tail for that figure. I don't understand why they didn't, but um I'm not sure if it's possible, but I actually want Godzilla and Kong and Eris to actually have a huge toy line like their size of Jack Specific. Yeah, Jack Specific. Jack Specific needs to come back into the picture, right? I mean, they need to make a big Godzilla again with updated dorsal plates instead of doing what they did in 2019. They just reused the 2014 mold. But yeah, I agree 100%.
I would like to have one of those atomic action or atomic roar figures, like Bandai Creation did with the 2014 figure. That was pretty nice.
Oh, Corey said apparently there is a rumored Titan Tech Rodan. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Titan Tech Rodan.
That would be interesting. Okay.
That would be cool to have a Titan Tech line, because the only ones we've gotten so far is Godzilla and Kong. Playmates is good, but it kind of sucks when they kind of like start a lineup and then they stop like randomly. Unless they're like working on the line.
I think with the figures that they don't release, they just decide to like have them Europe exclusive, because I think there's some figures that they never released in the States, but in other countries. Yeah, that 2019 was it 2019? Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was like European exclusive or something.
Yeah, that kind of sucked big time, because I remember for the longest time, this was like in 2021, so I wasn't really all that active into the Godzilla community as I am now again. But back then, dude, I didn't know that King Ghidorah was a Europe exclusive, so this whole dang time, I'm trying to look for this King Ghidorah for like 4 or 5 months. I came to the conclusion that it was a dang Europe exclusive, and I'm like, what? Like, all that time wasted, I went to Walmart trying to find a Jack Specific King Ghidorah. Like, but I thought there was a few people in the States that actually did find him in the stores.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
That must
Maybe there's like a limited quantity that got shipped to like a certain state. I have no idea. Wasn't there other exclusives that never got released here in the States, Matt? Or was Ghidorah like the only one?
I only know about Ghidorah.
I think it was. I think it was Ghidorah, and the thing that I'm hoping is I hope Baragon isn't next for that Europe exclusive, because that would suck.
God, that would.
Because so far we haven't had Baragon show up in like the States and the stores yet on the shelves, so I'm imagining the SH MonsterArts Eris figure and how articulate that's gonna be. Nah, man, you gotta imagine the Hiya Eris.
Yeah, dude, Hiya really just came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, we'll make your MonsterVerse figures for you. Just give us time."
Yeah, dude, they really said, SH MonsterArts, take a seat. Like, take a step back and we'll handle it all.
Get accessories, actually affordable, so much better paint, little to none quality issues.
A Hiya Ghidorah being $90, dude, and how big it is.
Dude,
take that, NECA.
so beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, NECA. Like, oh my god, I remember back then they said no to making a Ghidorah. That sucked.
Dude, the beef between NECA, or specifically Randy, who ran the Instagram, and the
Dude,
entire community was honestly insane.
yeah, man.
Mm.
Randy. Yeah, I think he's still going at it to this day, but man, that guy needs a break.
He's pretty snappy, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It all took a Matthew Brando. I don't know if you guys know him, but he also took a video. He took out to speak about him on a video, and this guy Randy needs to be stopped.
Never assume. Remember that meme that?
The higher Rodan goes hard. Yeah, I haven't gotten the higher Rodan yet. The only higher figures I have are literally the apparently quote unquote the best Godzilla figure in the world, and it's the higher Godzilla 2021.
Yeah.
Do they only have the license to the MonsterVerse films, or can they do classic monsters or Toho monsters?
They don't want to do Toho. They only strictly. Well, I don't know if they have the license for Toho, but people keep asking, "Oh, are we getting Toho stuff?" And they're like, "Nope, nope, strictly MonsterVerse."
Oh,
Which
what's the
kind of-
potential?
Which is fine. It's fine
It's
because
fine, but maybe they'll change their mind. I mean,
I hope so.
who knows what, I mean, companies they'll listen to fans, and if the fans, support the company and the company sees that they're doing well with this kind of stuff, then maybe there's a 50-50 chance that we'll get Toho from Hiya, Hiya from, Toho stuff from Hiya. But like, yeah, the MonsterVerse stuff right now is fine, like Matthew said. I mean, I'm good with that. The only thing that sucks though is that it seems like once a Hiya figure goes out, sold. Like it's
Instant sold out, yeah.
sold out, and that sucks.
It's like a similar situation with, I think it was Mondo. Whenever they release.
Talk about Mondo.
Oh, dude. Man, I was lucky enough to get this guy right here. Like,
That is gorgeous. My gosh.
the Mondo Biollante, man. The only Mondo Biollante I got. But yeah, that's a problem, and it sucks because like I remember when a second batch for the higher Godzilla 2021 would come out, and I'm like, crap. I try to go and see, and it's like sold out already, and I'm like, dude, what in the heck, man? Like, can't get a break.
Yeah, luckily, Big Bad Toy Store has been pretty good about the stocks. The Ghidorah and the new 2019 Godzilla have been on pre-order for the longest time. And they're still up there right now.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, the only Hiya toys that I really need are the ones that are on pre-order. Besides, the Godzilla. I mean, I don't know, the Hiya Kong. It's all right, but I'm okay with the SH MonsterArts one for now. But if I'm gonna be a completist with this Hiya line, I guess I'm gonna have to get Kong as well at some point. Do you both of you even have any Hiya figures? I didn't even ask.
No, I have the new 2019 Ghidorah on pre-order, and that's about it. I missed out on the others because at first I didn't necessarily understand the hype.
Yeah.
And then more people got their hands on the figures and made videos about them, and they're like, "This is it, man! This is the MonsterVerse Godzilla." And I was like, "Damn, it's big, it's cheap. I
Yeah.
should have gotten it."
That's how I felt too as well. Joseph, what do you think?
I can't afford it. It kills me.
It's at least it's better than SH MonsterArts prices.
Yeah.
Like, man, the SH Monster.
I could only afford the Ultra Hero 500 figures, which are $6 each a figure.
I mean, dude, we're all at somewhere in terms of collecting. I mean, if whatever works,
Yes.
right. That's the most important thing. Yeah. I think it was, I can't remember who said it, but I think it was always LOL. He was just agreeing flat out that yeah, it sucks when Hiya toys sell out right away. It's like you can't even get a chance to get them. That's the only sucky part. The Hiya figures look nice, but I can't help but notice that the Hiya Rodan sculpt looks almost like the same as the NECA's figure. Seriously, look at the head and tail sculpts. Yeah, that's true. I guess the only thing that really is worth getting the Hiya Rodan for is those bendable wings.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like on a wire or something, or are they like actually bendable?
I think they're actually bendable. I don't think they're on like a bendy wire. I think they're just flat out bendable, which I think is awesome. But I don't have the Hiya Rodan yet. Hello, kitty saying hi. Cat wants to come in here, but she's gonna start.
The highest skull crawler is gonna sell out like hotcakes.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
when you're gonna have to hop immediately.
A lot of people are gonna go crazy for that the highest skull crawler. And
can't wait just to be eBay aftermarket prices.
Yeah, and that's gonna suck, unfortunately. The only figures we're waiting to see what Hiya's gonna do is what, the Mutos now? I think those are the only ones we're kind of waiting. And Godzilla 2014.
Oh yeah.
Are they doing Mechagodzilla, or was that already a thing?
And Mechagodzilla too. I know they're doing Mechagodzilla as well.
That dude. Okay, so I actually really love the MonsterVerse mecha design. I'm not gonna lie. I would really love to get a Hiya Mechagodzilla figure.
Yeah, man. We were just talking about the Mechagodzilla like SH Monsters figure the other day. So
yeah.
So all right. So chat. So if you guys see an SH MonsterArts Mechagodzilla in the wild, or you see it on eBay for like at least 150 to 200, don't waste your time buying it. Just wait for Hiya to release their pictures of this Mechagodzilla and pay the $60 to $90 price. Just wait for that. Don't buy the SH MonsterArts Mechagodzilla 2021 because, I mean, honestly,
it's that bad?
I mean, I heard it lacks a lot of paint, and I heard that it breaks a lot. It's really fragile.
I could see it because from the promo pics, it looks like it looks so hollow with all the holes and whatnot. I guess it's because of the design too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I mean, like I said, you guys can do whatever you guys want, and also in the chat as well. I mean, you guys can buy whatever you guys like. If you guys do want an articulated Mechagodzilla 2021 though, like a good one, I would wait for Hiya to drop theirs.
Yeah, definitely. I will sit here and just preach that I'm not a huge MonsterArts fan. I know some of their sculpts and releases are fantastic, but my personal experience, every MonsterArts I get crumbles like a cracker in my hand.
Yep, unfortunately. The last SH MonsterArts figure I got, and you can tell they're getting better. You can really tell that they're getting better because this SH MonsterArts Ghidorah is like so good.
See, that made me confident to go for Monster X. But then Monster X ended up being a complete nightmare.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I wonder how they're gonna do I wonder how good the Gigan's gonna be.
It better be good. I have it on pre-order.
I feel like it's gonna have that same feeling that the SH MonsterArts Godzilla 64 has. Do you guys know like that feeling I'm talking about? Like it's a small figure and it's really like it's fragile. I don't know, like.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like that SH MonsterArts.
It's like one drop and it can all disintegrate.
Yeah, even one drop on a carpet and it'll fall apart.
I hope not.
That's what I feel like it's gonna be like. But I'm still gonna get it regardless because that thing looks awesome.
Whatever happened to the 72 Goji that they teased?
They teased it, right?
Is that still coming, or?
I think it is. I was just about to ask that. I don't know if Matthew knows anything more about that.
Some people were like saying it was like an April Fool's joke. I doubt it because it wasn't posted during April Fool's, right?
It technically was in our time, but in Japan it was April 2nd already.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the problem. There was no official confirmation, I guess you could say. Half of the community thinks it's fake, the other half thinks it's real. I don't know. I hope it's real.
I just hope the Godzilla channel does a stream where they're like confirming it, you know. Hey, look, here it is. Here's a prototype, you know, we're gonna
I'm surprised they didn't talk about it yesterday, because that was the MonsterArts stream essentially.
I guess
I'd be assuming because they didn't finish it yet. I don't know.
I guess that's
maybe it still needs to be painted.
I guess that's our answer right there. If they didn't talk about it yesterday in the stream, then maybe it was just
A sick joke.
Yeah, all a hoax.
I mean, it could be because Toho always does a prank every year, and I didn't see a prank from Toho at all this year. Unless the 72 is that prank.
Yeah, probably. Um, Speaking of like the Godzilla channel and like Bandai and stuff like that, how do you guys think Bandai is gonna treat the Godzilla X Kong figures?
Oh god. Okay. I'm sure y'all have noticed, but when it comes to movie monster series and MonsterVerse, Bandai just seems to not give a crap.
Specifically about the MonsterVerse side, right?
Yeah.
Literally.
Like,
Like, okay, I'll admit the 2019 Godzilla, that's a good figure. And then the MonsterVerse Mecha Godzilla, it's decent enough, but the Muto is horrendous, honestly.
What?
The Rodan, I don't know, man. For how expensive it is now,
guys, this is
yeah.
when the whole like live stream goes apart because now they're gonna start arguing. No, but so yeah, I mean like Matthew, you're completely right. I mean the only ones I really liked from Bandai movie monster series in terms of like the MonsterVerse side of things, their Monster King series Godzilla 2019 was the best one that they put out.
oh yes.
I have their Shin Monster King.
Yeah,
it's magnificent. Beautiful.
I do as well, and the Atomic Breath one is apparently way better, and I don't have that one. But I know I'm missing out, and I almost did get it though, like a few months ago for like $73, but I was outbidded, and that sucked.
Was it like at the last second?
Yeah, it was like the last second somebody outbidded me. And I was
The
like,
worst feeling.
But yeah, the MonsterVerse side of things, like the Monster King series, Godzilla 2019 was the best one they've released so far. Godzilla, the 6-inch version, was the second best, and then it goes to like Godzilla 2014. But the rest, like Mothra, Rodan, those sucked, man.
Dude,
Rodan was
up with Rodan. He looked like a red penguin, bro.
Dude, oh my gosh, man.
They just used the Final Wars mold and just changed the head, right? It looked like that to me. It's like something what they did with the new Manda.
I don't even know.
Dude,
that Rodan's just.
God, man, like I remember when it first got revealed, it went crazy all over the place. But at the time, you know, and even still, like Bandai just does not listen to their fans. I feel like. Mothra was okay, the sculpt was okay, but like the paint sucked. Like there was nothing on that figure.
It's like your basic Mothra colors. Nothing special. It's just, just there.
Ghidorah, a lot of people had their hit or miss with that figure because the figure couldn't stand over time, and the figure just looked like more of like a Heisei Ghidorah more than anything.
That figure was ugly.
I could expect Bandai to do like a Blu-ray exclusive figure for Godzilla X Kong if that ever comes out. Because I think they did it with Godzilla vs. Kong, right?
Yeah, they have the Kong with his axe, which I need to get. That's a nice little set, honestly.
Dude, me too. Yeah.
And when it came to King of the Monsters, it was MonsterArts that did it, right?
Yeah,
God,
MonsterArts did it. Yeah, Corey says the same thing about the Mothra. The movie monster series Mothra 2019 had an okay sculpt, but the paint was horrible. Yeah, correct. Sculpt for Mothra was okay.
Like, Bandai really hated King of the Monsters. Yeah. Like, they gave Godzilla a great figure. I love the 2019 Godzilla figure. That's a great one. But Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah, like, what the hell happened?
Dude,
I think at that year, I think Bandai was like, I don't know how to say, like, they were, like, dimming down on their quality when it came to figures that year.
It's that Rodan that they made almost looks like something Roland Emmerich would have made in 1998. Honestly. I also do want to do that for the May 19th, the 25th anniversary. I do want to do a Godzilla 98 stream. I don't know who loves Godzilla 98, but I mean, I'm going to be planning that up at some point next month. But
watch Bandai announce the Zilla figure during that day.
Dude, you know they're going to do it. They're going to do it, man. It's already like confirmed at this point. But yeah, like What do you guys think? I mean, what do you guys think that Bandai's just gonna do for Godzilla X Kong specifically?
Oh, we're getting Ares, of course.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get a new sculpt for Kong and Godzilla. I feel like Godzilla is long overdue for a new Bandai.
Dude, I mean, you and I were talking about that the other day. Like, they better not bring in that Godzilla 2021 and 2019 sculpt. They need to just break up. They need to make a brand new one.
I mean, yeah, because that's what they've been doing lately. They reissued the 91 Ghidorah on a whole new sculpt, and that sculpt is surreal. That's a beautiful figure.
I still need to get them.
Oh, dude, whenever you get them. Not to go off topic real quick, but whew, you're going to love that thing in hand.
I bet, man.
That's the
Core had a
quality.
pretty. Go ahead.
So that's the quality that Bandai needs to do for the Godzilla X Kong figures. Whatever they're doing now, because these last batch of Bandai figures, oh my gosh,
Whoever's
they're on point.
Whoever's like bringing up the ideas of the last few figures that they've made, man, they need to keep that same attention to detail and paint and just make it for the rest of like the next 5 years, dude. Like, I would be okay with that.
Exactly.
I could only imagine when Bandai releases their Ares figure, it's just gonna be one color all around.
Yeah.
No.
Man, I hope not. I hope at least there's like a darker like airbrush to it. But I know what you mean, man. Because like, man, that I can just see that happening as well. Because what was the last Bandai movie Monster Series figure that was just one solid color? Was it it was Varan, right?
Yeah.
Varan. Who else? I know there was Ibera was kind of one of them, but I mean, it had like a black wash to it as well.
I think it's Baragon. He looks like he's just one color besides the eyes.
He has brushes on his back.
Yeah, Baragon as well. Speaking of Baragon for a second, there's actually quite a few people that actually prefer the Playmates Baragon over the Bandai one.
Really?
Yeah. There's quite a few people out there, and I don't know if Rob's one of them, Shin Rob, but yeah, there's a few people out there that actually love the Playmates Baragon way more than the Bandai one. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Godzilla X Kong. They just need to bring in brand new Godzilla sculpt that we haven't seen from them for the
more effort.
For the MonsterVerse Godzilla. If they can do like special variants, like special paint variants, that would be cool. You know, who else? You know, Kong. They need to make him a brand new sculpt too, because it would suck if they just reused the one from Godzilla vs Kong. Ares, you know, whatever weapon he comes with, it would be cool to see a variant of him with his weapon. But I hope he's not like one color like Joseph said, because that would suck.
I have high hopes. Right now, my expectations for Bandai are through the roof, and I expect them to uphold that quality, please.
With their new line that they're doing, which is, I think, unfortunately, a festival exclusive, something like that.
Oh, the 54 maquette.
Yes, I need more concept art figures like that. Oh,
so
much.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually really quick, because I actually do want to talk about that in the stream for some reason, even though this is Godzilla X Kong stream.
Oh, I get it.
Dude, like, let me pull that up really quick, because I do have the photos here when you sent them to me, Matthew. Now I just need to pull them up again, but just talk about them right now as long as I'm getting these photos up here. But
I was honestly surprised that figure was even announced.
Right?
More surprised than the fact that they were you know, reissuing 84 at one time, just out of the blue. Hey, look, new 84, and now here, hey, look, new line, new figure, go buy.
My only fear is that this is a one-time thing, because you know they did the master detailed series for the anime Mechagodzilla back for the Netflix trilogy. That's a one-time figure, which is unfortunate.
That can explain why it's so crazy expensive.
Yeah, and I don't know how they're going to do these art figures. Like, are they going to be sold strictly at events or online exclusives, or what's going on? Because if it's just the event, then you can expect worst case or best case scenario, one release per year, which would sting, man.
Yeah, that would suck big time, honestly.
I mean, what other concepts could they even do besides 54 and Final Wars?
There's Final Wars, 55, the GMK Anguirus and Variant, Ghost Godzilla, different variations of Space Godzilla, Destroy. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot
You think Bandai would go that far to actually do something related to Ghost Godzilla? I feel like they wouldn't. Who knows?
I don't know. Ghost Godzilla is a pretty popular. He's like kind of there with Baggin in terms of unreleased concepts people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Baggin's another one. Between concept arts for Baggin and now him being in Godziban, he's bound for a figure. I'm calling it. I've been saying it lately. In the next 2 years, we're gonna get a Bandai figure for Baggin. It'll happen.
There we go, guys. It's on my screen now. So, yeah, so Bandai actually revealed this the other night while me and Matthew were actually in a call for like 6 hours that day. But
yeah.
So we were up talking for like hours, and I think it was like maybe 2 or 4 in the morning. Bandai dropped it, or somebody dropped this, but Bandai is making a Godzilla concept line, which I think is awesome because this is new. This is something we haven't gotten before from a company. I think Marmot has touched like the maquette Godzillas in a way, but they never specifically made like a line for concept Godzillas. So like for example, if this is a thing, guys, we could be seeing a concept, let's say like a Ghost Godzilla concept figure from Godzilla vs. Destroy's original storyboards. We can be seeing like a Stan Winston, Godzilla 94 figure, finally. And we could be
I would love an 83 figure.
In an 83 Godzilla from the American, canceled American Godzilla movies. We could be seeing a Godzilla 98 concept design figure. We could be seeing Godzilla 2004's concept as a figure, Like, that kind of stuff is crazy, and I think it has a lot of potential, and as this is being called the concept line. Me and Matthew went crazy over this the other night.
Literally, we were just talking, and then this dropped out of nowhere, and I was like, bro, what the hell is this? And it was just crazy, because I would have never expected this. Never in my dreams would I have expected Bandai to drop a concept art figure line for Movie Monster.
Bro, like, this is the kind of stuff that you can accept that there's not going to be a lot of paint. As long as that sculpt looks awesome, man, like, I don't care. Like with those nails, like those claws and the toenails, man, if they're not painted, it's so be it. The whole thing looks cool either way.
Call me a Bandai simp for saying it, but the lack of paint, I don't care. This figure looks gorgeous. The detail, the mold itself, like, I would gladly drop $60, $70 on this on Mandarake. Unfortunately, I wish it was easier to obtain, but it is what it is, and I think it's worth it.
Hang on. Matt, I think someone said this in a group chat, but they should make a figure based on the original design of what 54 used to be. I'm going to send it to the chat right now. Check Discord.
Yeah, they. I think Marmot or M1 has a figure of that design, which
they do. That would be cool too. They better actually make that one after this one, because it would be cool, bro. Like, guys, imagine if they do this whole line like in order. Like, can you imagine the amount of figures we're gonna get from this specific line? Like, and me and Matthew were actually also talking about this as well. Mr. Goji said in the chat, possible GMK Varian and Anguirus figure. Dude,
don't even get me started.
Like, if this
that'd be amazing.
Like, if this is what they're planning, man. I mean, I won't be surprised if they actually do reveal that as well in the next year or two. But yeah, GMK Varian and Anguirus will probably finally get in our very own collection someday.
I would love a Volcano Monsters figure, double pack. Because there is this one rare figure that they made, or some company did, with the Volcano Monsters Godzilla. That looked pretty good. And then Super 7 did one, so why can't Bandai?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Let's look at it this way. They just announced yesterday, or this morning, new Movie Monster release monthly. That's crazy.
So yeah, chat. We were actually just talking about this, and these boys just went like, oh, like when I said this. So you know the movie Monster Series line, they're like revealing. That was a.
What the
I'm
hell
so
was that?
sorry. That is some motorcycle dude outside. He does this every day. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna mute my mic. Go ahead.
Normal life of Joseph. So guys, so you guys have been keeping track of the Bandai Movie Monster Series poll that's been going around. You know, the top three that we last heard of were what? Descador, Rose Violante, and Zilla from Final Wars. So if Bandai said that they're going to be releasing a Bandai figure for the Movie Monster Series line every month, you know, monthly from here on out, then we could possibly be seeing those monsters they announced for the poll the first time around, what, in January of 2023? So like the ones like Anguirus 1955, another one of Mecha King Ghidorah, what, I think Gabra was also there too.
Yes.
They could possibly just secretly be making these figures without us knowing and then just reveal them one day and we're like, what the heck? You know, so I think Bandai has a lot of stuff up their sleeve. So all these monsters that they revealed, along with Zilla and Rose Violante and Descador, they're probably already making them. We just don't even know. Because you know how many? It takes a lot of figures to release figures for a line monthly. You know what I mean? And
That's the crazy thing, bro. Like they must have a lot of figures already ready.
Yeah, dude. I believe it. I mean, I think Bandai has a lot of stuff ready for the year and for the next year to come as well. Because like I said,
Especially with the new Toho. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, yeah, like with the Toho movie too. But like, Godzilla is only getting crazier and bigger day and day. By the day. So like, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. But with the Toho thing you were just saying about, what were you saying about the Toho thing, Joseph?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can expect like new figures June probably. Who knows? Because this movie releases in November, so I'm surprised we still haven't gotten any teases yet to like a figure or even a teaser in general.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's true, and we already got a teaser for Godzilla X Kong, and that's next year. Like that is crazy.
Yeah.
My wallet's scared for this year because.
Bro, my wallet's scared for next year even. Like.
Is there an estimated release date for X Kong? Because I feel like that's like an early 24 movie. I don't know. It just feels like it.
I think it was March 15th.
Ah, okay.
So March 15th is the day we're all looking forward to. But with Godzilla, the new Godzilla movie in Japan, Godzilla 2023, in quotations, Godzilla Zero or whatever.
Yeah.
I was talking to Matthew about this the other night. So Shin Godzilla came out in the summer of 2016, July 29th. We got our first teaser of Shin Godzilla back in what, November of 2020? No, November 2015? It may have been, or may have been April of 2016. I cannot remember. But all I know is that a trailer came out for Godzilla 2016, like, what, 3 months before the movie came out? So I feel like that's what we're looking at here. And I was telling Matthew, what if they release the trailer for this new Godzilla movie during G-Fest?
No, wait. I remember telling Matt this before.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if, like, one day, we're all chilling after a day at the dealer's room, and then suddenly, bam, Toho just drops the movie trailer.
I told Matthew we have to do a group reaction, like trailer reaction, dude.
Dude, definitely, bro.
Like, dude, like, well, because I think it just makes the most sense to me that a trailer of some sort's gonna drop in July, because that's that's 3 months or 4 months before November, right? So August, September, October, yeah, 3 months or 4 months before the movie releases, and that's a good time to release a trailer. So I feel like we're gonna see our first trailer at the end of June or in the middle of July.
Dude, I really hope it is during G-Fest because what better place than G-Fest,
I mean, that's probably what they're planning on doing. They're probably planning on holding it off until G-Fest, and so the whole convention can just go crazy about it. I don't know.
That would be the most unreal level of hype because everybody in that convention is going to know about it. Everyone's going to be talking about it. You're going to hear different screams in different rooms throughout the entire convention center.
Dude, that's going to be...
Watch it be at night.
Oh.
Like, it drops at 12 in the morning.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, dude.
Plates.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens either. The only thing I do know is that in 2016, Toho didn't release like 2 or 3 TV spots during G-Fest, but nobody was really talking about them at the time for some reason because they were just TV spots. They were like 15 to 30-second clips or whatever. But if they release a trailer, like a full-on trailer for this thing, dude, everybody's gonna go crazy.
What do you think the teaser might be? Could it be similar to what the first teaser of Shin Godzilla was? Like the audience or the crowd running away from something?
I think they're gonna skip that, and I think they're just gonna pull on like a full like official trailer, because I feel like that nowadays I feel like teasers aren't really a thing for some reason. I feel like a lot of companies are just skipping straight to the official trailer. So I feel like that's what they're gonna do. That or they're just gonna like do a preview teaser of what the official trailer is gonna look like, and then release the official trailer a little like a few days later or something like that.
Yeah, I'm expecting the trailer to be formatted like Shin Ultraman's trailer, where it's a lot of human stuff, and then you get a glimpse of Godzilla, but not the extra monsters, or if there even is another kaiju in that movie. Because for all we know, it could just be Godzilla again.
Here's something I want to discuss. What do we think about the release date in the States? Because there's some rumors about it being released simultaneously with the Japanese release.
I love this question because Shin Godzilla took a while to get here. Shin Ultraman took longer to get here.
Yeah.
But Shin Kamen Rider took, what, less than 2 months to get to America?
Yeah, it's coming out in like the end of May.
Oh, wow.
So why the hell would Toho not say, you know what, it's Godzilla Day. They're already doing a Fathom events, and why not?
Dude, that's actually true, because at the end of the day, it's Godzilla Day, man. Everybody's gonna enjoy Godzilla Day, like, around the world. Why not just release it, like, in the States, the same time that the movie comes out in Japan? I don't know, maybe it's just something to do with distributing, but if they can do that, I hope they're just talking about those kind of plans now and finding distributors, for the movie itself and for the States.
What if they're working hard? What if they're working hard right now and trying to find actual dub actors and translation people? That'd be pretty cool to think about.
Yeah, that's a good point
I
as
hope
well.
so. Because with Shin Godzilla, yeah, I would say that Godzilla's international relationship wasn't as strong as it is nowadays, Because nowadays, we can buy from the Godzilla store. Toho knows the audience internationally is just massive compared to before.
Yep.
So it'd be perfect. If they do it simultaneously, that's a lot of money, a lot of hype.
Let's see.
I could see something like similar to what happened to Shin Ultraman. Like if they debuted it in like a film festival. Matt knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like a few months later, an actual worldwide date and whatnot.
I feel like it'll be worldwide pretty, because it's Godzilla. Godzilla compared to Ultraman in America is
high in demand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
popularity. Yeah.
I guess we could talk about that topic since it's actually like on the way towards Godzilla X Kong. I guess we could hop on the topic of this new movie in general. Godzilla, what I heard is the title of Godzilla Ground Zero or Godzilla Zero.
Godzilla Zero is what everyone's calling, yeah.
So, yeah, this is something that's going to be, I feel like it's going to be the most different Godzilla movie ever made, only because this is post-war Japan. Am I correct?
I heard that, and I
thought that was a rumor.
I thought it was like confirmed. I don't know. I'm hearing so many different things about this movie, but the one thing that I'm hearing the most is that it's taking place like way before 54 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and that's just.
Do we think that it's like a prequel to the 54 movie, or do we think that this is like its own timeline? It's not connected to anything type thing.
that's new. Here's what I think. I think this is going to be the start, hopefully, of a modern Showa timeline. You know what I mean?
The world of Godzilla.
Like this is going to be our modern 1954 movie, our modern Gojira, and then the next movie is going to be the same timeline with other monsters, and they continuously build this new Godzilla universe. I hope that's the case.
Oh, so like basically like a modern Showa era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That actually would be cool because then they can just start from this movie and then continue it.
Exactly. And then we have the MonsterVerse universe, and now we have Toho's universe, and then everyone's happy.
Dude. Man, yeah. I mean, that's a good point. I feel, yeah, that's actually a good theory that it's a modern, like, Godzilla 1954 movie, like a modern Gojira. That would be cool to see a dark, like, an actual dark, like, crazy Godzilla film like Gojira was.
Exactly.
Taken with effects from today and actors from today and like cinematography from today. Imagine, man, the possibility is endless.
Exactly. I was talking to my friend about this, and I'm like, if they show us the actual nuke and what happened to Godzilla to cause, I guess, his birth, that it's a dark movie, and I really hope they do that.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's never really crossed my mind. I know that I have this picture up on the screen here. The only really thing we got a hint of towards Godzilla's design is the letter G that was released from Toho on Godzilla Day. And apparently people are theorizing that that G is shaped in Godzilla's design and what he's gonna look like.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say he's gonna have like an orca design almost, like an orca whale.
Like an orca.
Which is interesting. Never thought about that. I can't really.
That was his original like design. He was like a whale type thing before he actually turned into Godzilla, right?
I believe so. If you guys are looking at the picture I have up on the screen, the letter G, or if you guys are just looking at the teaser that they put out on Godzilla Day of the letter G, it's a lot of things to talk about because think about what they did back in Shin Godzilla. They had that footprint.
Oh my god, yes.
The footprint teaser, right? Which revealed Godzilla's foot design. And also they had that little creature, I forgot what those creatures are called. It was on the side of the foot. It was just barely in that foot. But that was a callback to Godzilla 54 and, November 3rd and stuff like that. So this G, I guess, hints towards Godzilla's design because it does look like a Godzilla of some sort. It kind of, his tail's big, it looks like. His tail looks really thick, and then it goes into like a thin, like pencil shape. And then it looks like Godzilla might have two big dorsal plates or something like that. I can't really tell what this really would look like.
But I would actually like that.
Yeah, it looks like it, and then it looks like his head is going to be really small though. That's the thing that it looks like for me at least, and he might have arms. I hope he does have arms because I don't know how I feel about that. His legs aren't really like, they're not really revealed. They're just kind of like disappearing and disintegrating in the image. But yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about this orca like whale design for Godzilla in the next movie.
I just had a random thought. What if this is the first part of a 3-parter trilogy, and like at the end of the movie they could end it with like a nuke, and then we see this, if Godzilla is like not the full-on Godzilla design, if he's like a whale, we actually see him, transform or mutate into, our actual Godzilla for this universe. What if that actually happens? And then that's where the next movie picks up, and then who knows, maybe the last movie could be, where they come up with the oxygen destroyer and kill him.
Wow, yeah, that would literally just be going into like a loop forever.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, honestly. I mean, like what you said, Joseph, like imagine that. I mean, what do you think about that, Matthew? I didn't even ask.
No, I think we're gonna definitely see Godzilla's design pre-nuke. We're gonna see him peacefully living, doing whatever Godzilla does, and then nuke's gonna go off. We're gonna see him transform, and call me crazy, but I hope this movie is like a hybrid of 54 and Raids again, and we get Anguirus.
Like a tease to Anguirus, or just flat out give us Anguirus?
Give us Anguirus. I want Godzilla to be the main threat, and then Anguirus is out of nowhere, just a random surprise, and then that's the monster for the film.
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
I think for this, that would be cool to see Anguirus again. Anguirus has been way under the freaking shadow for too long, honestly. Up until Godzilla's Singular Point, finally this guy was brought back.
I noticed that they used the 55 roar for Anguirus for Singular Point. I like that small detail.
What would be cool though is what I want for this new Godzilla, and I think everybody will agree on this. The one thing I do want for this new Godzilla is a brand new, fresh Godzilla roar.
Please.
Yes.
Like, completely new. Sure, we've gotten, like, we got in Singular Point where, we had the Millennium Roar and Heisei Roar a little bit. Mixed together. And so did Godzilla Planet Eater and, the Planet Trilogy or whatever. They had the Millennium Roar or Heisei Roar. Used on different times.
The Millennium Roar was just a base boosted version.
Yeah, exactly. And Shin Godzilla had the Showa Roar, and then at the end it had a Heisei Roar, and in the beginning it had like the 54 Roar as well. But this just needs to be a fresh, new Godzilla Roar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's long overdue.
For Shin, I wish they just kept the 54 Roar instead of just the Showa, like the basic Showa Roar.
Yeah,
it just felt more menacing that way.
I think that's kind of what let us all down in 2016 with the Roar, was we were expecting a brand new, fresh Roar, and then that just kind of like... Yeah, that kind of like threw us off a lot, but I'm not having expectations of them changing the Roar completely, I can see them reusing like a Heisei Roar or whatever, but I think it's just time for like a brand new Godzilla Roar we've never heard of. The last Godzilla Roar we really got that was brand new was 2014's up until, now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, man, like, it's been long overdue, honestly. It's time for a new Godzilla Roar, and always LOL agrees. Yeah, and what do you guys think about, like, abilities this Godzilla will have? You guys think he'll have the same abilities, or he'll have no abilities?
What if at the start, he doesn't have abilities, but at the end, he has his atomic breath? But what if they also use the ideas of what Shin Godzilla has and, give him the back lasers and whatnot?
Yep.
Be pretty nice.
There's something about... Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should have said first. Go ahead.
I am hoping that this Godzilla starts off as a brawler. I want him to fight like Showa, and then use his beams when he really needs to.
Yep.
And then eventually, again, if this is the universe like I'm hoping it is, give us crazy powers later.
Yeah, man, I agree 100% on that. I mean, this Godzilla just... I believe that Toho, is going to make this like a brand new Godzilla, 100%. But if it's going to be brand new, it needs to have brand new abilities and brand new roars and sounds that we've like never heard of. I mean, I don't know. And I also want this Godzilla to be scary.
Yes, I was thinking that. I want this Godzilla to have GMK's personality, where he's deliberately pissed and evil. Like, he hears someone screaming in fear, he's gonna freaking atomic breath it. You're done,
Or step on him or whatever.
Yeah, because lately Godzilla, except for the MonsterVerse, Godzilla's just kind of been an animal, just walking around with no goals in mind.
Yeah.
But I want this Godzilla to be pissed at humanity, to deliberately destroy things. I really want that GMK vibe back.
Yep. And the thing is about that is we thought we were going to see that Godzilla in MonsterVerse? I guess we kind of did, but that was only because he was provoked about something in the world. But we need that like 84 slash GMK Godzilla back. Like
Yes.
we need that like Godzilla. Like if he sees somebody in a building, he's gonna knock the hell out of the building. Like we just need that Godzilla. That is his pure intentions are just kill everybody in sight. You know.
Hmm.
Um, and Shin Godzilla, like you said, Matthew, Shin Godzilla was kind of like an animal walking around. He didn't really. He kind of had a personality, but he really didn't at the same time because he looked like he was just mindless the whole time. We need a Godzilla that can show like that personality, like the MonsterVerse Godzilla. Um,
Hmm.
the MonsterVerse Godzilla does a great job with that, but this Japan needs to hop on that. Toho needs to hop on the personality, showing personality wise. They need to have this Godzilla like know what's going on and stuff like that.
Okay, I have another question. Do we think that this movie is going to be suitmation, CGI, or a mix of both?
Oh,
I feel like it's obviously going to be mostly CGI, unfortunately.
yep.
Yeah.
I would hope, because Shin Godzilla had a puppet that was engineered that got scrapped.
That's
So I
Yeah.
hope
that sucked.
they fall through it this time.
I don't know, but in like some scenes, the CGI. It feels like the puppet was like used for some scenes, like before he used his atomic breath. That looked pretty good.
I think
For CGI, it looked pretty good.
my opinion about that specific moment you just talked about. I think they did use that huge animatronic for that scene, but they just say they scrapped it, and maybe the words got mixed up. Because when we first saw that in the trailer, we were all like, "That's an animatronic or puppet enhanced with CGI," and it still looks like that to this day. It looks like an animatronic moving, just enhanced.
Right.
So I think they did use it, except they're just telling people that they scrapped it. Maybe word got mixed up or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think like Matthew said, I think it mainly is going to be CGI. I hope there's miniatures in there, a little bit of it, not too much.
Shin had miniatures, yeah.
Yeah, so I hope they do some crazy work with miniatures and CGI and put them all into one world.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Yes.
Because that's how we like our Godzilla. As long as there's some miniatures and puppetry going on, we're all good.
Close-ups of like a half suit, I guess. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
To like have Godzilla stomping on a building. It's like an actual suit instead of CGI.
Like what 54 and 84 did with their with the foot.
Have body suits, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I know 84 did that as well. I can't remember if GMK did it too, but I think GMK as well did it. When
GMK had a large.
Like a
I think
foot.
it was GMK. Yeah, they had a large foot to just stomp on the ground and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, even if they do that, I mean, that would be cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind. As long as there's something of Godzilla in front of the camera and enhanced a little bit, I would be okay with that. I mean, unfortunately, I think as many of you can agree with me on this, and me and Matthew and Joseph here can agree as well. I don't think we're ever gonna go back to suitmation permanently in a movie. I think Toho is just gonna leave the permanent suitmation stuff to those little clips that we're getting every year so far.
The short films, yeah.
The short films. I think they're just gonna keep it strictly to that now, which is awesome too. I love that. I wouldn't mind that. But unfortunately, I think we're in the world we're living in today. I think it's just gonna be puppetry.
Obsolete.
Obsolete. Puppetry with enhanced with CGI, and that's all it's ever gonna be. And then permanently, 80% of the rest is just gonna be CGI. So
yeah.
As long as it's good, like Shin, like you can see the time and dedication towards it. Not like what Marvel has going on now, where it's like rushed for like 3 months and then boom, it's in the movie. It's crap. It needs to be good.
Dude, yeah, the MCU CGI has gone way down.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I hope Godzilla X Kong isn't like that. I mean, so far it looks like really good CGI though. Um,
Mm.
except for the skull and the two skulls that were at the end of the teaser. I think they're not done with that CGI yet, or this teaser was just made. You know,
I think it was
for
just for that teaser. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about that as well too. Um, so Matthew, how much time do you got left here? Because I think I want to talk about one more thing before you go.
Yeah, no, 35, 40 minutes.
All right, let's get on that
Right.
topic. So we're gonna talk about. I need to. Wait, my voice is cracking. So I need a screenshot of that. Okay, so here we go. So now I'm gonna transfer this image up to the screen. So we're gonna get. Oh, I got it right here anyway. So this is gonna take really quick. We're gonna delete that image. My screen's gonna behind me is gonna be black, everybody. So just ignore that. So we're gonna talk about this scene right here. If I can get it on my screen. It's gonna be about the Godzilla X Kong trailer. Mainly the whole thing. There we go. So okay, can I get my photos, please? Thank you. Don't worry, don't mind me, guys. Just old Louis Duran here trying to work the future. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, let's get this up. Where is the dang photos? I have it on here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
On real quick about the suits, kind of off topic here, but despite Godzilla kind of going away from it, as an Ultraman fan, I'm honestly super happy Subaraya seems to not want to ever ditch suitmation.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good topic.
The exception being like, you know, Shin movie.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought it did its purpose. They served it well. And then there is CGI in Ultraman too. I mean, we can admit that the CGI in Ultraman is a little whack sometimes, but
budget reasons.
I'm glad at least we have suitmation thriving in its own way. You know, it's never. I hope Subaraya is the one that keeps the art thriving. I don't want the art of suitmation to ever die off.
No, that's
well, I guess Toei can also be a part of that because, you know, with Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, they still use suits.
Yeah.
Along with the monsters, suitmation as well. Especially with Shin Kamen Rider. I noticed that the monsters aren't CGI and they're actually, you know, suits. So yeah. I guess that's a bright light to the future and whatnot.
Here we go. We finally got it up. So, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, though. As long as the suitmation isn't gone forever, I think that's a good thing that he's doing. Because we all love the suitmation stuff. I mean, that's just something we all grown up with, so...
Definitely.
And there's a lot of even non-Godzilla fans have grown up with that like miniature aspect. So that's a good thing that he's doing. With the last 30 minutes here we're going to talk about the teaser in general. So do you guys think that this whole scene is in the movie itself?
I think this teaser essentially just is trying to explain who the hell we're dealing with here, you know?
Yeah.
Here's his throne, here's his pile of bones, and then we got Godzilla and Kong skulls, so I'm guessing this just means they're in for a fight, man. This guy might have killed Godzillas and Kongs in the past, and he might just know how to take care of them.
Yeah, that's the scary part because man, this guy could potentially kill Godzilla himself if he really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people speculating about if this is in the movie or not, and people are saying that this is a scene at the very end of the movie, and apparently there's a few people out there saying that this is the end credit scene for the whole movie.
That'd be a pretty interesting cliffhanger.
Yeah, that would very much be a big one. Um,
Time travel time.
yeah, right. Some people, Corey's like, nah, I doubt that scene's actually going to be in the movie. I think that was made for the promo only. So yeah, there's a lot of things going around about this teaser. There's people saying that this teaser is just a publicity thing that they want to get their ball rolling and get the word out. I don't. Some people are saying I don't think so. It's just a teaser to make us very excited. Yeah. So basically, just to know what we're dealing with, like Matthew and Joseph are also saying. What I think is interesting is the Godzilla skull and Kong skull because if this is related to the movie in some way, shape, or form, I think it is it is us. It's to show us that this particular villain knows how to take care, kill Godzilla species and Kong species. Basically what Matthew said.
Which actually makes sense to what KDM said, where he says this isn't a Kong, which must mean, is this some ancient rival species to Kong? I mean, there's so many questions, man. I'm honestly excited to see the first official trailer to get actual footage from the movie to get more of an idea what the hell's going on. Because, like I said before, this is exciting because we're completely in the dark here.
Yeah, dude. I was telling Matthew the other day, and I think the chat can also agree. Chat, you can agree with me this and as well. This is I've never been more hyped for a Godzilla movie ever since Godzilla vs Kong. My hype has for Godzilla vs Kong was here, right? This is a general scale, right? This is here. King of the Monsters was like right here. Kong Skull Island was like maybe down here for me. Godzilla 2014 was like up here. But Godzilla X Kong is like up here. So like it's like dude, the hype for this has never been better because we don't know what we're looking up against. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know about this villain. This is a brand new villain we don't know of. Like it's not like we have history behind a villain like this because yeah, we knew about King Ghidorah, we knew about Mechagodzilla, we knew about those villains because we've dealt with villains like that in the past in other Godzilla movies. But we don't know about this guy. That's the crazy part. We don't know about him. He's been here forever, it looks like. And what do you guys say about that, Matthew? I mean, I know you got a lot to talk about with that.
I mean, the fact that this is very well possibly not even the big baddie, like what does that mean for everybody in the movie? If this guy's not the main villain, then who is? Or what is it?
Yeah.
Zilla!
Zilla.
Space Zilla. It's Zilla, guys, actually. Those were the leaks that we were keeping from you guys earlier in the chat. That's the
Yes.
leak. Zilla is the main villain, and he's the big bad.
MonsterVerse Zilla.
He's the key to everything.
He's the key to the whole universe. So,
and then it also makes me wonder. This guy clearly has beef with Godzilla and Kong.
Yep.
So if there is a bigger baddie, I don't think they're gonna team up. I don't really think there's gonna be a three-way team up. So I have so many questions. I don't even know how to answer half of them.
Well, dude, I don't know. What do you think about it, Joseph?
I feel like they might pull a dick move and just kill him in the most unloyal way possible. Like, oh, you're dead. And here's Godzilla and Kong, so fight me, cowards.
Yeah.
All that hype for that one new monster, and then he just dies out of the blue.
Godzilla, I would accept that.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so imagine this, right? Actually, let me read this one comment here. So I got a few comments here I want to read off. So I'm not a huge MonsterVerse fan, but I'm very excited for the King of the Monsters and the short films. Yes, same here. Can't wait for Godzilla and Kong to team up once again. This time it's actually going to be in the full dang movie. It's not just going to be at the end of the movie.
That's exciting.
That's exciting, right? We've never seen this before. A whole movie dedicated to Godzilla and Kong teaming up the entire way. That is gonna be. That's gonna.
It's actually that's a good point. We're gonna see actual teamwork.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna see them like to the full potential, man. We're gonna see them finally teaming up together, kicking ass. I mean,
I would love if Kong grabs Godzilla's tail and Godzilla swings Kong like a freaking super kick, you know?
Yeah. So and then Mr. Goji.
We're gonna have that drop kick. Imagine.
They got to bring that back. If they brought the Kong shoving the tree down Godzilla's throat, they should at least bring the drop kick back.
I love that scene so much.
Me too. Me and my wife were going crazy when that scene showed up on the big screen. Can't wait for Godzilla and Kong team up. So and then Mr. Goji said we should all, as a community, probably go back and review all the movies and see if there was any way, any type of build up to the character is like the character build up for Thanos and Ultron. That's a good point.
MonsterVerse watch along.
Yeah, man. Oh,
MonsterVerse watch along 2.0. Yeah, I'm all down for it.
I mean, I'm down for it anytime, man. That would be crazy. I mean, that would be actually pretty insane. And then
I hardly watch any of them. Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, I was just gonna read off. Always LOL says, I'm not gonna lie, I swear on my life. If I legit had a dream about the new villain last night and Godzilla and Kong were beating him. Oh, well, he had a dream about Godzilla and Kong were actually beating this guy. But
tell us what you know.
Yeah, tell us what you know, man. You know everything, it looks like. But that's what I was. You go ahead, Joseph, before I lose my train of thought.
I was gonna say, the watch-alongs were the main reason why I watched the MonsterVerse films again, because I haven't watched any of the films since it debuted in theaters, except for 2014.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think what I hope for this movie in terms of the villain and then the big bad. That's even crazy that we're even hearing that so soon. There's going to be a big bad in this movie, potentially.
Exactly.
But that means we have a lot more to look forward to besides this character. But so what I'm thinking for this movie is that I think that this villain is going to be the main villain for the movie, for the half portion of this movie. But I hope that this villain does give Godzilla and Kong a very, very, very hard time. Like, I hope he's kicking their ass. I hope he beats Godzilla's ass, when they're fighting first time. I hope that this Ares guy actually beats Godzilla in the first round or whatever. Throughout the whole movie, I just hope that this Ares guy gives Godzilla and Kong a bad time. And then once the big bad is revealed, imagine if this new big bad, on whoever this guy is, just easily kills Ares. Easily kills him, like, fast. That's how you know that this big bad is a real big bad. That's what I hope for this movie, and I hope the big bad potentially is Space Godzilla. I hope, but we'll see.
I'm gonna just keep my expectations very low, because I just want to enjoy it for what it is. And not, have hype for it just for my expectations.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Here's an interesting thing to bring up that can cause some conversation. So, apparently D-Man's pretty deep into the insider stuff behind the MonsterVerse films. And apparently, according to him and KDM, the original script for the movie was called Son of Kong. But apparently, part of that script got scrapped and was combined into another movie. So the Son of Kong, like, part of it exists in this movie. What does that mean?
Yeah, and the thing is, Matthew, you and I were talking about that the other night. And chat, listen up really closely. What Matthew just said, Adam Wingard, a few years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, he did say the word Son of Kong somewhere. What if this is Kong's son? Long lost son of something, some sort of son. That's the reason why he was, thinner. He doesn't look old to me. He just looks like a more agile, more elite version of Kong that we know. So what if this is the son of Kong?
Never thought about that.
The only thing that's confusing is that if this guy isn't a Kong, how does that work?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
hybrid.
Because there could be a really cool story. Like, what if Kong is just Kong, and then this new guy is the King Kong? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. And
that'd be crazy. Or what if it is his son? His son that Kong abandoned during the Great War. Now he feels betrayed, and he's teaming up with the guy who killed our family. What the hell?
Yeah. Or the other way around. This older version of Kong's ancestor feels betrayed that Kong's on Godzilla's side. So this is probably where the story's going to lead up to. Godzilla Boy 2000 asked, "Who is Eris?" Apparently, that's the name for this new villain in Godzilla X Kong. That's what I was told by also Matthew as well.
Yes, KDM is claiming this guy is to be called Ares and to get ready for war, which is honestly hype.
Yeah. It's definitely, somebody says, definitely possible for the drop kick to happen. I mean, the Kong was floating in Hollow Earth. Yeah, at that point, I mean...
Yes.
Like...
We have a main fight of Hollow Earth. In Hollow Earth, I mean. And then that possibility for the drop kick.
I mean, like, I always bring it back to the conversation the statement think about it this way. I mean, anything can happen now. We got American versions of King Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra. There is a possibility for a damn dropkick from Godzilla. I mean, like, it's possible. And there's also a possibility for other Toho monsters and all other Toho villains to make their way into the MonsterVerse, like Space Godzilla. There's also people saying Destoroyah. What do you guys think about Destoroyah? If that's the new bad.
I want the MonsterVerse to finish like the Heisei era. So if we are getting Destroyer, I want him to be teased throughout the rest of the MonsterVerse. And if they ever do finish the MonsterVerse, I want Destroyer to be the final guy.
Yes.
Kill Godzilla, and just end the story there. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe ever since this movie, like this teaser, we're learning a lot more about this movie. I kind of want Space Godzilla to be the last big bad, but if that means if they're gonna make Destroyer the big bad for the last movie, they better make him like feel like a big bad, because I don't want to see him get taken down by missiles in the movie, like in Godzilla versus Destroyer. Like,
what if Destroyer is in like a last movie, he just wipes out half of humanity?
That too.
Just imagine.
Wow.
I've been saying for the longest time, I want a movie where there's a threat that literally makes most of Earth inhabitable and forces humanity to live in the Hollow Earth.
I think Destroyer could be that big bad to do that, because I mean, Destroyer and Godzilla versus Destroyer. I don't know if anybody really caught this, but Destroyer does cause like explosions like everywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like all the time, and I could see that happening for the MonsterVerse. I mean, imagine that. I mean, like you guys said just now, imagine Destroyer wipes out half of humanity, and the last, like, let's say 30 to 20 minutes of the movie is strictly Godzilla and Destroyer, no humans to help at all.
That would be great. I don't want music either. I just want a silent, brutal, long fight to the death.
Yeah, dude.
I think that'll definitely give you that connection, like you're in that scene.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Yeah.
I get what you mean. I mean, that would be insane. I mean, I would love the MonsterVerse to end like that. I mean, but before that movie the Godzilla vs. Gamera movie needs to happen.
Man,
Gamera gets killed off in the last minute.
Yeah, right. Oh no. There's a lot of things people are saying in the chat here. I want to read. Kong was king of the god of island from Kong Skull Island. Hey Lewis, do you like better Legendary or Toho? Oh. I don't know, because as a kid, I loved Toho as a kid, but as a kid, I've always dreamt of a world of. I've always dreamt of the MonsterVerse, you know, of the world we're living in now, with American Godzilla being active. Monsters are coming out of nowhere for this. You know, I've dreamt of the MonsterVerse since I was a kid. And now
Mm-hmm.
that we're finally in that, I don't know, man. It's just like as a kid, I've just for so long I've always dreamt of an American Godzilla movie that would carry a franchise of another Godzilla, you know, American movies to be made, and we're now living in it. I don't know, man. It's a tie for me. I appreciate Toho right now. I appreciate Legendary. I don't know, man. It's 50-50 for me. You know, I can't choose, but if I don't know, it's just a hard thing.
I'm definitely a Toho boy, definitely.
Yes.
But MonsterVerse, I'm always iffy with it. There's a lot of possibilities that they could have done and they could still do. But I'm having fun with it. You know, I love 2014. That is my favorite MonsterVerse movie, hands down.
Which is crazy because that's actually a lot of people's least favorite.
I know, it's so
2014?
Yeah, that's apparently it's a tie between Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla King of the Monsters. A lot of people don't like those two movies for some reason.
Oh,
It's a tie. Like those are just like those are down here in terms of people's ratings, and all the rest are like up here. Um, but I don't know. Godzilla 2014 does have a soft spot in my heart because, like all of us here, most of us, that was our first Godzilla movie in the theater.
yes.
So yeah, it definitely has a soft spot in my heart.
And just the mark, like when that movie first got announced, I was in high school still in a computer class, and it was, I was just shocked to even hear a freaking American Godzilla movie even being realized finally. And it wasn't like a rumor like Godzilla the 3D movie that we would always hear about back then that never happened.
Godzilla 2012.
Yeah.
I
And to
remember.
see an actual trailer drop, remember the teaser from Comic Con where it was just Godzilla's silhouette in the
Yeah.
brown smoke?
Yes. I love that one.
Oh man.
I remember when I watched that trailer, my first initial thought was, okay, this isn't Godzilla 98.
That was everyone's first thought, yes.
That was my first initial thought. I was like, okay, this is definitely way different than Godzilla 98. Way different and more traditional. So yeah, I thought that was my first initial thought. I remember when the movie was coming out, man. I remember the biggest piece of marketing I saw for this movie on the freeway heading down towards Chicago. There was a huge billboard that had the whole Godzilla 2014 banner on it, and it had the words Godzilla on it, and it had Godzilla on the billboard. That was the biggest piece of marketing I saw. I wish I took a photo of it, but I didn't. I just saw it driving by, and I was like, Dad, there was a big Godzilla billboard on the damn side of the road. And that dude, that was just like crazy that back then we were like, if a Godzilla sequel doesn't get made, so be it. We got our actual Godzilla movie from America again. But now that we're here, man, it's like surreal.
Like going from 2014 to now having a Godzilla X Kong team up film with a ancient ape enemy and Mecha Godzilla's here, and like things have changed, bro. It's crazy, and it's only gonna get crazier from here.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that thought, Joseph?
I mean, the MonsterVerse has a special place in my heart because I started watching it, with 2014. I specifically remember watching it with my dad, for Father's Day, and ever since then, every single MonsterVerse film, I just kept on watching it with my dad up until Kong.
That's awesome.
So
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just a fun memory to have after all these years.
That's cool that your dad. You and your dad kind of made that a tradition now.
Yeah, well, technically I did it. My dad was just along for the ride.
Yeah, man, keep it that way. And I expect some photos. I expect to see some photos with you and your dad with a Godzilla X Kong poster in the theater March 15th.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
So
you could imagine the photos we took when Versus Kong came out.
Dude, me and my wife had matching T-shirts to watch.
Yeah.
Me and my wife went first day in the theater. Godzilla vs. Kong T-shirts her and I were wearing. she was Team Kong, I was Team Godzilla. At the end of the day, no matter who won, we still had fun watching it, and it's oh my god, I'm probably gonna watch the movie again tonight. But man, like, it's surreal, man. It's crazy that we're all here now. Like, we've gone past a 5 movies or whatever, 4 movies. We had American version of King Ghidorah, an American version of Mothra, an American version of Rodan. We have an American version of Mechagodzilla, and now we have a brand new villain in the picture with a potential space Godzilla in the picture. But we'll see. Who knows? There's a few comments I just want to read here, but.
Oh, I agree. It's almost been 10 years since 2014, dude. Yeah, time is
going by, man.
Crazy.
I mean,
do you think we might get something special for the 10th anniversary of the film, or nah?
Me and Matthew actually did talk about this. The week before Godzilla X Kong comes out, I hope they re-release each MonsterVerse movie before this one.
Yeah.
In theaters?
Yeah, in theaters.
What if they do something like they did with Infinity War and just do a marathon of the MonsterVerse films?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty good. And then at the end, it's Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah.
Please, I would.
I wouldn't mind that, man. Like, imagine, like, even a re-release in theaters. Imagine watching Godzilla 2014 and 2024 in theaters.
Yes.
It'd be nostalgic, honestly.
That would,
yes.
That would send you home, man, to when all this started. I mean...
And same with Skull Island, bro, because y'all remember when we watched that for the first time in theaters, that end credit scene was unreal.
Yes.
Dude. Oh my, yeah. That end credit scene, man, I remember it showed up Godzilla and King Ghidorah on the dang cave painting, man. And as soon as the screen went black, before Godzilla's roar even came up to the screen, people were cheering. And then Godzilla's roar came up. People knew what shit was about to come in the next few years. Like, Kong's
my audience was damn dead when that happened.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
I was loud. I jumped out of my seat and I was like, "No effing way!
Yeah, dude,
that's Ghidorah! That's Mothra! Oh my god!"
Dude,
I
get chills watching that scene today. Like, I mean, because it just brings you back to when that stuff really started. Like, the MonsterVerse started. Like, hearing that, like that hard, like, bass, like the dun 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 dun, like that.
Oh, man,
just hearing that in the theater, and then hearing Godzilla's roar, because at the time we didn't hear Godzilla's roar since 2014, and hearing his roar again back then was just like, man, welcome back, Godzilla, you're coming back.
I miss those days. I specifically remember The Amazing Spider-Man 2 just came out, and my theater had messed up the screening, so we got free tickets to whatever movie we wanted to. And of course, I went to see Godzilla with that free ticket on the premiere day.
Yeah. Kaiju Fanatic Corey said Destroyer would be perfect for a MonsterVerse movie because they already have some setup for him with the Oxygen Destroyer, which is true. 100%.
I feel like that was just brushed off way too quickly.
I know.
It's like, we created this giant weapon that could kill him, and then it was never mentioned after.
The thing is, I hope they touch base on that with the Apple TV series.
That's a good point.
They better start talking about the Oxygen Destroyer and how it was built and how dangerous and lethal it is, I mean, they better go all into it for that. Somebody said, Always Aloe says, now that I think about it, I think it's also possible for Godzilla to do some famous atomic breath flying backwards scene if Godzilla performs the famous scene in the Hollow Earth. Oh!
Dude.
That's
That'd
true.
Be something.
Oh, and the Hollow Earth is definitely, possible, I feel like, because the gravity in there is just way too crazy.
You can have both iconic moments from the franchise into one movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. All this, but I'm still waiting for Godzilla and Kong to go back to New York City. An amazing place for a battle. Kong using his skill to jump around throw buildings. Yeah, that's true. New York, man.
Ooh, just imagine the first battle taking place in New York, and it's just Kong, and then Godzilla shows up to help him out.
Wasn't
That'd be pretty nice.
wasn't Godzilla versus Kong's final battle was supposed to take place in New York City?
I don't know.
I thought.
All I know is that it was Hong Kong, I think, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought there was a word of like New York was supposed to be the final battle, but they switched it to Hong Kong.
I have no idea. I never heard of it. Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked soon.
Let's see. Some people are saying 2014 is my favorite MonsterVerse film.
Hell yeah.
There you go, man. There you go. You got some Godzilla 2014 lovers.
2014 fans,
Yeah.
let's go.
Godzilla 2014 was my first ever movie I've ever watched, and that movie has a soft spot in my heart. I always love that movie. That's cool. That's cool. I remember seeing one of the first TV spots for the Godzilla 2014 movie back when I wasn't even interested in Godzilla at that point. Got good times, man. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching it. I was at a barber shop getting a haircut, and a Godzilla 2014 TV spot pops up on the screen, and I literally had to move my head because I just wanted to see it. The barber was like, move your head back. I'm like, no, I want to see this. I want to see this TV spot. I can't believe it's almost been 10 years since Godzilla 2014. Dude, I was like, I believe I was 12 or 11 years old when Godzilla 2014 was coming out.
My goodness, bro.
I was
11.
Dude,
10 years, bro. I still can't wrap my head around it, bro. That's insane to me.
I know, man. It's crazy, dude. And it holds up a little bit. It holds up till this day. It still holds up.
I think it holds up because of Cranston's acting. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, dude.
You can rewatch it because of that, to be honest. Bro,
Yeah.
in my opinion, yeah.
And I don't know, it's also that like world building like mystery of that film too. Like
Yeah.
it's just like that mystery that the film has. I mean, it's just, man, I remember when I was the first 10 minutes of the movie, I was already wondering who these monsters are, what other monsters are going to appear, what other characters are going to appear and stuff like that. I mean, man, the only thing that the Legendary got to keep the battle away from the New World Trade Center complex. Ugh, yeah, that would be interesting, right?
Ooh.
That would be very interesting. I think that's why they stepped away from the battle being in New York, because they didn't want to touch that building in New York. But let's see, Godzilla's 2014's long tail is 550 feet tall. Wow, what?
What the heck?
Crazy.
I saw 2014 my grandma, and she bought me a cup of Godzilla. That's cool. That's cool.
Aww.
I remember the Godzilla 2014 cups back in being sold at what, Spencer's? I think it was Spencer's.
Oh, I thought those were Japanese exclusives.
No, those were the ones with the Godzilla like on the cup, but there was like random like Godzilla 2014 cups that were actually like just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Corey says, I was in 7th grade when Godzilla 2014 came out, and then King of the Monsters came out. That was my last day of high school. Damn.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Is anyone going to GFest this year? Yes, I will be attending.
All of us, man.
Yeah,
all three of us.
All three of us are going to be at GFest,
Yes.
guys. So, from here on out, we will be having a few more live streams until GFest, so you guys can get to know Matthew and Joseph here, because I don't know if you guys know these guys. But yeah, if you guys want to get to know them too, I'll put their pages in the description and stuff like that, so you guys can check them out. I was 6 to 7 years old back then. Now I'm 14 and I'm about to turn 15 this year.
Wow.
Great, man. Yeah.
I agree with Spino. I miss the aspect of mystery. I mean, there's still a lot of mysteries in the MonsterVerse. Though I will say, I do miss the grounded reality that 2014 had.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, 100%.
I hope the Apple TV show can go back to that. Yeah. Because, it's before Kong, before the whole Hollow Earth thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's that potential right there.
For sure. I mean, I agree with Spinal Dragon 100%. Though, I mean, there's still a lot of it, though, there that, we haven't really got to explore. And there's a lot of things that Legendary and Toho are planning together for this. So there's a lot of mystery between this. So for the next 5 years, guys, it's gonna be insane. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of things that we're just gonna be like, wow, this is reality, you know. There's just gonna be a lot of stuff that are just gonna be blown in our face, and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, and that's the thing. I love Toho and Legendary MonsterVerse movies because they're my favorite, and I love how they're teaming up together. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, um, Corey says I might be going to G Fest. Depends if plans work out. Uh, and then somebody said this will be my first G Fest this year. Cool.
Oh man, you're gonna have a
Nice.
great
It's
time,
gonna be
bro.
my first G-Fest too.
Awesome. Yeah.
Ah,
It's gonna be great.
just
Y'all are
hyped.
gonna have a great time.
it's
G
gonna
Fest
be-
is
Here's to
always
hoping.
the best.
Yes. Here's to hoping nothing bad happens like 2020, which was supposed to be my first year, but pandemic happened.
Yeah, man. I mean, things happen for a reason, right? So, I mean, hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully things go well this year. I'm sure everything will go well this year as long as everybody has a great time. You know, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. You know, if this is going to be your first G-Fest this year, if there's anything you're worried about, and if you guys see us like at G-Fest, and if you guys have questions about the convention, if this is your first time, don't be afraid to come up to us. I mean, you know, we're just as big as fans of Godzilla as you guys are. So, I mean, we're there to help.
Of course.
I'm gonna be holding Matt's hand the entire time.
Yeah, if you guys see that, don't be worried about that either. So,
We'll be your chaperones.
Spinal Dragon says it felt so cryptic, and I was hoping that King of the Monsters would have the same thing. Not gonna lie, yeah, I kind of felt the same way. We were actually talking about that, Matthew. What if Gareth Edwards directed Godzilla King of the Monsters?
It would have been a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Do we have any information of what his original vision wanted to be?
No, but I do know that his original timeline was also going to include Destroy All Monsters.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. It was gonna. There was a concept poster of Destroy All Monsters. It had Godzilla and Kong on one side, and then it had other monsters next to Godzilla and Kong, like Baragon, and I think it was Anguirus and Varan and stuff. And
I think that was for King of the Monsters.
yeah, and then it had another side of monsters that they were gonna all team up against. So that was like the original like Destroy All Monsters leaked poster back then. But Matthew's right, and I think some of Gareth Edwards' script made it into King of the Monsters, but then like that was like only 20% of it.
Yeah, I think only a little bit of it.
Someone has to interview him. We gotta know his details of the story.
Dude,
What we need is Akira Takarada's goddamn scene.
yeah.
Oh,
right?
dude.
I'm surprised they haven't put that out there, even though he passed away. I mean,
Exactly. You would think, okay, he's passed away and people are begging for it. Now would be the perfect time to, celebrate his histories, finally get this damn scene out. But
add it in the re-release for Godzilla 2014 in theaters.
oh my god, just don't even
That'd be pretty
add
cool.
it and don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I really hope it's not lost footage. Please don't let it be lost footage, because
I hope not either.
no.
To be honest, 2014 and Lewis's channel is what got me into Godzilla. Sigh, I miss my childhood. Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. When do you think we'll get the new Toho Godzilla trailer? So we did talk about this earlier. I think it's going to be in the middle of July or the end of June. So the end of June to the middle of July. I think that's when we're going to get our first trailer for the new Godzilla movie.
Best case scenario, G-Fest is when it's dropping.
That too. And I mean, I wouldn't mind that either. Hey Lewis, I want to thank you for the content. I love to watch in your new and old videos. I remember being like 10 and watching your vids. I love the content. Thanks so much. Hey, thank you guys for supporting me throughout all the years. I mean, for all these 10 to 12 years I've been on YouTube. Truly means a lot for all the appreciation and love I've been getting. I mean, some of you guys that I've known for since 2014 are still watching me, which is crazy. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best, put in content out for you guys. That's why I want to do streams more, because streams are more easier and quick to get done and to set up. than videos are.
More interactive.
Yeah, more interactive. I think that's what I want my channel to be based off of, unboxings and just doing live streams to get, content out there for you guys and just to interact with you guys. So yeah, I truly do appreciate the love and support after all these years I've been gone and stuff. So I'm trying my best, guys. I'm sure Matthew and Joseph can speak for me when I say this, but life,
Yeah,
life happens.
Definitely.
So, I mean, man, life, kicks you, it can make you happy, and there's just a lot of stuff that you just gotta catch up with. So,
I just have like 2 weeks left until my semester's over, and then I can focus on, summer job,
yep.
and my channel, of course.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know a lot of us want to get back into the swing of things with YouTube. I know Matthew wants to get his YouTube channel going as well.
Yes.
it's long overdue, man.
Yeah, man. Can start this year, man. Just got to get it done before G-Fest.
Oh my god, I'm trying, man. Trying.
You got it.
I will give you a spare camera that I have, and that just makes you upload 1 video at least.
Dude, like, do the biggest collection. Start off the first video with your collection video. Like, that's all it's got to be.
Dude.
Mm.
That's the plan, man. Introduction and the collection video. I got so much crap to show off.
Yep. I do as well. I mean, there's a few things that I did buy for my, month and a half absence on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff that I did get, guys. There's stuff I'm looking at right now that I did not show off at all to the channel. Like, I could just pull one up over here. Like this Godzilla 1998 plush. So I didn't show this off at all on the channel yet, but I do plan on showing it off in a collection update that I will be uploading soon in the next week or two. But yeah, a lot of us are just going through things. We're going busy. We're getting things done. Legendary Godzilla, he has evolved. That means he's growing up to the next MonsterVerse movie. Yes, he's evolved quite a bit. Lewis, I got the original timeline photo. If you want me to send it to you, I can. Just don't got any of your socials other than here on Instagram. Yeah, you can send it to me on Instagram.
You guys remember those fan-made timeline posters that we've seen on Instagram back in 2017, 2016?
Do you remember that I made like half of them?
Yes.
Dude, I remember that. I gotta look back on that actually. Let's see how different it is from what actually we're getting. But I remember making
Destroy Monsters Part 1, Part 2.
Yeah.
Gamera Rebirth.
Oh, Gamera Rebirth actually made it through though. I mean,
And
it's
What other stickers do you have?
but I remember making Godzilla the Giant Lizard, which is supposed to be like a '98 reboot / sequel.
Give us a Young Gary sequel. Remake.
And you know what's funny is that I don't know if you guys remember this too, but I made a Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer back then, and it got like a lot of attention.
Really?
Because I made I made the thumbnail like a 3-headed gold dragon, I think from another movie from I think it might have been from one of the Lord.
Oh yeah.
I
remember.
From, Lord of the Rings movie or something like that. But I remember it got a lot, and I mean a lot of attention. Back then I just didn't really care. I just wanted to make something fun, but it got a lot of attention. I wasn't expecting all of that. I'm thinking the Godzilla Zero trailer will potentially drop in August, going by how long the first trailer for Shin Godzilla dropped before the film itself released in Japan. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
That's a good thought, Spinal Dragon. I mean, like I said, I'm thinking either the timeline I'm thinking is either at the end of June, middle of July, or the beginning of August. That's where we're gonna see our.
You know what would be pretty crazy? What if there's a G-Fest exclusive trailer for that movie?
Right. Oh my
Man,
gosh.
don't get my hopes up.
Yeah, right.
That'd be a long shot.
Dude, imagine.
Because I think for guest stars, they're still finalizing one more, right, Matt?
I don't know. The guest list for G-Fest this year is kind of lackluster.
We got Don Fry, shush.
Yeah, don't ruin this for Joseph, man. This is his first one.
But yeah, I'm sure there's still 1 or 2 more guests that are gonna drop out. I mean, there's still plenty of time until G-Fest.
Yep, there's a lot of time, man. So a lot of people in the chat, make sure you save your money if you're gonna go to G-Fest. There's a lot of things to look forward to. There's a lot of G-Fest exclusives to look forward to. A lot of guest stars that are going to be, they're going to, pay. You're going to have to pay for signatures for that and stuff like that. So, I mean, just
It's worth it.
it's worth it, man. Just save your money, guys. Work hard from here on out. That every day, man. Work hard. You'll be rewarded with whatever you got coming by. I remember watching. Somebody say I remember watching for the first time, and it was so amazing to know I watched you, Lewis. It was back in 2015. I remember watching the Godzilla Gang in reviews or memories. Yeah, man. The Godzilla Gang is kind of really what everybody's talking about. A lot of people just came from that era. I know Corey he was watching me since the beginning of the Godzilla Gang, which is crazy, and he's still supporting me, which I appreciate. Corey, shout out to Corey.
The homie Corey.
The homie.
We all care about Corey.
Corey's the homie.
Corey cares.
I hope the first trailer of Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, comes out soon. I think Matthew, you and I were talking about this. I think it will be like what, around December? You think that's when we're gonna get our first trailer?
Yeah, because I keep mentioning Toho's working with Legendary, and for sure they must be communicating when they're gonna drop their trailers for their respective movies.
Yep. Yeah, I agree 100%. What do you think, Joseph? When do you think we're gonna get our first official trailer?
See, so King of the Monsters trailer was released in November, I think, right? November of 2018, and the movie was for May 31st.
I think
the next year.
I think the first Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer actually came out in August of 2018.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I remember that day like it was nothing, man. I remember turning on my big TV to put the trailer on, and I reacted to it. I remember like it was yesterday. But
Claire de Lune on full blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
I just feel like November is going to be the key month for a Godzilla X Kong trailer.
I mean,
something like that, yeah.
That would make the most sense too, because it's also Godzilla's month anyway.
Yes.
True.
So that's a good point.
And with, the new Japanese film as well, so it's worth a try,
Yeah, I mean,
you just gotta wait and see.
I believe that 100%. I mean, if last year's Godzilla month was good, imagine this year's Godzilla month. Man.
And last year's was pretty fun. This year ought to be kind of crazy.
Yeah, that would be insane. Honestly, wish other titans like Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah also get some spotlight, like what Godzilla and Kong are having currently. Oh, so solo films, if that's what you're talking about.
They might say. I think solo films. They might have meant.
I remember back.
We could possibly, because there's Easter eggs of a new Mothra egg somewhere.
True. I was thinking about that too back then. I remember people were speculating Mothra was going to have her own solar film because of that. I don't know. What do you guys think about a solo Mothra movie doing in the States?
That's a hard sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, even a Rodan movie, honestly. I mean, maybe Rodan.
They could pull a Marvel and make it like a limited series on Apple Plus.
Oh yeah, they could do that too. Spinal Dragon says, I would love to go to G-Fest one day, but sadly I don't care if I can go this year. I wish I went before Chicago went crazy, when Takarada was alive. I would have loved to meet the legend himself. Yeah, man. You guys can probably see him right up here, actually. I have a Safubi, I forget what company this is, actually. But I have a Godzilla 54 figure signed by Akira Takarada himself.
Nice.
And that was in G-Fest 2019. I met the guy. He was great. He interacted with everybody that came up to him, or even people that if he was walking by somebody, he would just interact with them, man, he was great. I mean, he was a great Godzilla fan, great guy. He was a good guy, so he would interact with a lot of people.
Everybody.
I really wish I got to meet the guy. Well,
Don't beat yourself too much.
Yeah.
I could have met Haruo Nakajima, but I was too shy. I was a young kid at the time, so I skipped out.
Yeah.
And he passed away, and I still regret that to this day.
It's like how I couldn't meet like I don't know if you guys know Jason David Frank, but he's like a legend in the Power Rangers community.
Yeah.
He died recently, so yeah. He apparently visited Montclair earlier in like 2022, I believe. So I was able to get a signed photo of it, but through eBay. But I never got to meet him in person, so yeah, that's kind of a bummer as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that, I mean, don't beat yourself up, man. You got people to look forward to this year, like a Don Fry. So
yes,
bring
an absolute legend.
Bring that Godzilla 2004 and get him signed by him. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my Japanese VHS tape of Final Words just to make him sign it.
And we have AMA too. All Monsters Attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Matt, you're gonna go crazy on that, aren't you?
I mean, I think I'm going to be. I don't think I can come for all those days because of work, but since it's like right around the corner. But I was talking to my wife about it, and I think her and I are going to come down for that for Saturday and Sunday. Is it on Saturday and Sunday as well?
Yeah.
Cool, because I think we'll come. I don't think we're gonna get that expensive pass like you're getting. I think we're just gonna pay the regular price.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. But it's worth it, man. Come down.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go to. I haven't been to Godzilla convention since 2019, man. I'm down for it. So the trailer actually came out in July of 2018, and I had a good month since that's my birthday month. Oh, okay, so yeah, July 2018.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, damn, it's on the full trailer before the movie's release. Wow, that's crazy. Mothra unfolding her wings for the first time in King of the Monsters was absolutely amazing. Yeah, that was
a beautiful shot right there with the blue lighting and everything.
The memories.
That was great.
The memories with Godzilla King of the Monsters first trailer. I remember first seeing Rodan. Man, I can't relive that moment of like the feeling that I had seeing Rodan in the trailer.
Do you remember the hype whenever I think it was like a panel that happened before like they dropped the full on trailer? There's like a panel that showed concept art and the monster arts along with it. Yep. Remember that?
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a hype up.
That was I think that was I want to say that was I think that was after the first trailer came out, honestly.
Really?
I think Spinal Dragon can answer this. I think that was like what, December of 2018? I want to say.
No, I feel no, because I think those were the first time we actually saw the designs of Mothra and Ghidorah. Here, I posted it before, but I have it archived. Let me see if I could find it somewhere.
King of the Monsters just made 2019 for me. I haven't had a year that great since 2014. True. I mean, yeah, King of the Monsters, man. I had a great time watching it with the past group that I used to hang out with. I mean, it was a fun time. I remember watching it and just being like, wow, that was our Godzilla right there.
Yeah.
Our Godzilla in terms of America.
So the panel I was talking about was Tokyo Comic Con, and it happened on November 30th, 2018. So yeah.
So yeah, like yeah, that was and the second trailer also came out in December of 2018. Oh wow,
that's the one I was talking about the entire time. Yeah, I think I got the others mixed up.
Right. Yeah, that second trailer came by really quick then. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were. I think they were not messing around, but I think what really ruined the box office for King of the Monsters was definitely Endgame, Avengers Endgame.
I feel like the TV spots too, because the TV spots really just gave a lot of new scenes.
The TV spots.
You could have practically just watched the whole film through those TV spots and whatnot.
Spoiled Bird and Godzilla.
Yeah, that sucked. I hated how they did that. That sucked.
And they spoiled Mothra's death too.
Yeah, and we
really.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, they showed the scene where Ghidorah was shooting Mothra right when she died.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. The figures were revealed around that time too. Yep, Spinal Dragon confirmed that. Yeah, but after all these years, guys, we're in a time now where Godzilla and Kong are gonna team up. That's still crazy to me. I'm still trying to comprehend that. It's something surreal. That we've passed through Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong, and we're all here now, and we're all gonna. I guess we can all agree that Godzilla and Kong. But Godzilla, we never thought Godzilla would be this big as it is now in the States. I mean, we're getting Mecha Godzilla chocolate bars in the States. So, it's like that kind of stuff. You just gotta like really let it sink in. Like, wow, we're getting Godzilla merchandise that we thought we'd never really get in America.
The famous Godzilla hot sauce.
Godzilla, yeah, Godzilla hot sauce. Godzilla like shot glass. Godzilla shot glass cups.
Godzilla everything.
Godzilla everything, man. There's Godzilla shirts being sold regularly now in stores. Coffee cups. Oh, and I mentioned this to Matthew the other day. Godzilla ramen bowls, like all of this stuff, man. It's crazy.
I'm honestly thinking of buying the FYE Godzilla party set, bringing it to G-Fest along with like Godzilla hot sauce, Godzilla salsa, like I just want to have a Godzilla party. As corny as it is, dude, why not?
The best Godzilla cookout ever, starring Chef Geigen.
Bring it all over, man. I have that same. FYE sent me that same party set you're talking about. So like, I mean, dude, go for it. That's just awesome to do. As corny as it is, I mean, I wouldn't care. Imagine all the figures around that room. Like that would be sick. That would be insane.
I'll take everything.
I'd probably buy like 3 party sets, 1 to keep on open and 2 just to have out. Because our G-Fest room is a deluxe suite. We have a big room, plenty of space to do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Spinal Dragon says, I hope we can at least see past Kaiju again. I know Behemoth was leaked or something like that. Yeah, I really hope we see Behemoth like in full action in this movie. Our boy Behemoth needs that love, Also, I hope we see like the monsters Scylla and all those monsters that showed up at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters. I hope we see them again in some shape or form, even if it's in the Apple TV series. I hope we get to see all of them again.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you guys actually want to say before wrapping up the stream here?
Yeah, nothing else.
I want to talk about future video plans, but we'll save that for a different day.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I want to do more streams. Now that I got this going, I finally got this going where I want to do streams like this where I can interact with you guys in the chat on YouTube and actually have like a different picture up as well. I guess the next step is to like have everybody's like face or icons in the screen as well. I actually want to do that as well. So yeah, guys, there's going to be a lot more streams coming from me now that I know how to do it again. There's going to be a lot more streams coming from me from here on out. I know I want to do one for Godzilla 98's 25th anniversary, and that's just a whole different load of discussions we can talk about. Man, like, Godzilla 98 is around the corner. That was my first ever Godzilla movie ever, and I do want to do a live stream for that. So, but until then, Godzilla X Kong is something we're looking forward to, and it's something that's crazy right now. A lot of people reacted to this teaser, and I was one of them. And a lot of big reaction channels actually reacted to this trailer as well. And that just shows that a lot of people, like genuine like fans, that aren't as hardcore with Godzilla and Kong, they're excited to see what, they got in store for Godzilla and Kong. So, it's all up to here, guys. Thank you. But it's all up to here to see, what everybody, like all these companies have in store for us. I don't know if you have anything to say, Matthew.
I'm just excited to be in this era of Godzilla, especially as an adult, that I can properly enjoy the franchise now that it's thriving.
Yep. Not like forget over time, like as a kid or whatever. Like, some of us, even kids though. I know kids are gonna have a good time, you know, growing up with these, and in the
Oh
future,
yeah.
they'll remember them, and it's gonna be their childhood. So that would be cool for them. But you know, properly as an adult, you know, it's not like it's 2014 where I can barely remember what the heck was going on in 2014. I'm just glad I can properly, like, you know, actually know what the heck is happening. Spino Dragon, I know you're probably feeling the same way considering you just said hell yeah in the chat. Chat, you know, it's a good time to be a Godzilla fan, Kong fan, monster fan. We got Godzilla Kong having his own anime as well. We got Gamera, Shin Ultraman still in the picture. We got, also for my Jurassic Park Dino fans out there, we got a new Jurassic Park movie apparently in the works soon. We got a lot of stuff, you know, looking forward to. We got, you know, it's that 65 movie. There's a lot of stuff happening around dinosaurs, Godzilla, Kong, monsters. There's a lot of things going on. There's something going on for somebody out there, and that's what's cool about it.
Literally, that's great.
Be sure to watch Shin Kamen Rider on May 31st.
May 31st, Shin Kamen Rider, guys. I know a lot of people are probably going to watch that anyway.
Yes.
And yep, and just stay tuned for Bandai Movie Monster Series poll, which is also going to be announced next month, May. So, guys, pray from here on out that it's a Zilla Movie Monster Series figure. Just pray.
It is. I'm saying it now. It is.
Yeah,
No way we're wrong,
man. There's no way.
Give me my Gamera Bandai.
Yeah, in the Gabra Movie Monster Series figures, hopefully, you know, they make them as well, and the Gamera figures. Let's not forget the Jurassic Park hitting its 30th anniversary soon. Yup, I have a few figures actually from the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary line from Mattel already. I have like the Dilophosaurus up there and the Gallimimus. I'm just waiting on that Red Rex. But yeah, guys, there's something for somebody. It's a great time to be alive as a kaiju fan of any kind. Just ask yourselves this, you know, do you think your younger self or your past self in 2014 would believe that Godzilla and Kong are going to be teaming up in a movie? It's just
no.
It's just crazy. Like, just imagine you going back in time to your 2014 self. Hey, and just tell them, hey, Godzilla and Kong are going to team up in a movie in 2024. So, and then just, you know, just imagine that, man. Like, it just doesn't get any better than that we're actually here. So, well, guys, this was the stream for today. I think that we ended off in a pretty good note. What did you guys say?
Definitely.
Cool. And I guess my last message for everybody out there, I saw a comment in the chat. Time flies. Time
Definitely, yeah.
Time flies, and all we could really tell you guys is just enjoy it. Just enjoy life, because it's only gonna get crazier. It's gonna get hectic. But just enjoy life. I mean, that's all you could really hope for anybody. Most of us are, you know, on our own now. You know, most of us are paying our bills, and most of us are buying our own toys. So, I mean, it's just enjoy life, man. I mean, that's all I could really say.
Take it slow. Enjoy your passions.
Yep. Take it slow.
Keep it drama free.
Keep it drama free. Definitely. Honestly, somebody said, honestly, younger me wouldn't believe. He's probably think I'm crazy. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we know. We got it. So yeah, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this stream. There's gonna be more streams like this to come. I might even stream like unboxing videos from here on out, and you know, until like, if I'm like lazy and I just don't want to set up the camera and stuff. But but yeah, there's gonna be a lot more streams to come with a lot more other people. There was a few other guys that didn't get to join us today that will be in the future stream as well. And we know that, and don't forget, Matthew will eventually set up his YouTube channel. We'll see how that goes.
We're coming.
If you want a preview of what Matt was gonna do in his YouTube channel, watch my 54 collector's guide video that I did with him a few months back.
And there you go. That gives you a general idea. I feel like life is going to get 2 times faster than it should. Yep. especially with this year and next year. There's just so much going on. It's just gonna go by like that. So
turning 20 this year. I'm just, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Is there anything else you guys want to say before to the audience before we ended the stream here?
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I have so many things coming forward, man. I'm so excited to get them rolling.
And
it's going to be a good year for us.
I know me and Matthew.
Stay tuned. Go ahead.
Me and Matthew, we have a lot of stuff planned. We're talking a lot right now, and we want to get the ball rolling to what the community was before and how it should be. So guys, we got a lot of stuff for you guys. We got a lot of stuff coming. We're trying to bring back those good intentional vibes that the Godzilla community once did have. So just hang in there, guys, with all the theories going around. If there's arguments going around between theories, and if there's arguments going around between your personal groups, just know that, you know, Matthew and I have a lot of things being planned here. So Joseph, you were going to say something?
No, I was just going to say look forward to it, and then I'm also, you know, planning on bringing back the old vibes, the golden age of the G community, I would say.
No, yeah, I'm sure Joseph is part of the plan too. You know, we're all in a group chat now. We got a lot of stuff to plan here and for the next couple months.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you want to say about that, Matthew?
I expect great things. It's going to be a fun next couple of years, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Well, this was the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I haven't streamed on YouTube since 2015, I want to say, or 2014. So, yeah, it's been a while, but I'm glad I can finally be streaming on YouTube once again for you guys. I finally got the courage to actually figure out how to do it, and I'm learning. I'm still learning along the way. I'm not a dork about this stuff, so I don't know how to do it. But I'm learning along the way. Yes, Spinal Dragon, we do have Discord. Kaiju Fanatic is, yeah, there he is. If you guys want to check out Kaiju Fanatic's channel, there it is right there. He said thank you guys for joining. If you guys want to subscribe to him as well, and I'll put everybody's link in the description below, Joseph's as well. So yeah, guys, it's going to be a fun couple months here, and the next year, it's going to be great. And there's Tokusatsu BTS as well. That's Joseph. If you guys want to check out the channels. So yeah, I'll put everything in the description below though. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. This was fun. Kaiju Fanatic, thank you for joining me. Tokusatsu BTS, thank you for joining me as well. This was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, thanks for having us.
So
glad I'm here.
It was great, guys. Yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys, for Godzilla X Kong. I'm sure I'll make separate videos and separate theories about each individual thing. I just know that I do want to, you know, take advantage of what we're getting right now and actually make that into content for you guys. So I won't be doing what I did for Godzilla like versus Kong. I won't be like doing just TV spot reaction videos and that's it. I actually do want to put like discussion videos out, theory videos out, just, you know, fun videos that, you know, would be good for the general audience. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day and night, wherever you guys are in the world. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to subscribe and like, and remember to subscribe to my boys here, Tokusatsu BTS and Kaiju Fanatic. And we appreciated you guys for joining us today. So, hope you guys enjoyed this again. And yeah, up until the next stream, see you guys later. Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.